fucking foolish. Try to get them funds up, killing the mic just like I ran the jewels in. Y'all gonna get done up front, knowing that kid with an attitude. But you can't really blame this motherfucker for what he had to do. Dirt. I'm about that cash flipping, I'm getting it on and off the market. Not about that VIP, not me, not never been a fan of clubbing. All about that RIP for all of my Jesus gone departed. All about that business, what I started, I'm about that.
Top down, like you're not ready. We ride, we never hurry. So high, we see the whole city. We own the night. Top down, like you're not ready. We ride, we never hurry. So high, we see the whole city. We own the night.
Know that I'm about it. Want a man I can bring the drama, but it ain't by chance. I'm fucking rapping, uterine water problem. Made a little cash in the back end, but still rap like homie starving. Yeah, y'all ain't gonna ask who the man is. Hope I'm gonna be like, beg your pardon. I'm about that.
Top down, like you're not ready. We ride, we never hurry. So high, we see the whole city. We own the night. Top down, like you're not ready. We ride, we never hurry. So high, we see the whole city. We own the night.
And we also own June as well, the final day in June, right here with you on the YSN Power Hour. DJ Yoakley on this side. On the other side, it is the regular three, the big threes we call them here at YSN. It is Richie Giuliano, it is Tristan Reynolds, and it is, well, he's not wearing purple today, so we call him the, well, you could be the gray cloud in the sky. You have a little bit of purple. You're kind of peppered with purple today. It is the Mountain Dew Warrior himself. It is Quinn Pushkar. Quinn, before we get started, you had a blog go out yesterday about the Mountain Dew Challenge. You're sitting here, and the camera can't quite pick it up, but you've got a trio of bottles with you today.
Put them boys right here.
Yeah, you're not even worried about
No. I invited.
easy.
I invited. Bring it on.
You invited. So talk about this Mountain Dew Challenge. Everybody's kind of in. He's got to wet the whistle before he gets going here. I think it's a nervous tick he has that he goes straight to.
It's called an addiction.
Every time he gets in an argument, it's
I'm
just
proud of it.
automatically just.
We're gonna start calling him corkscrew.
I need
That's all you hear is. Talk about this challenge, what we're trying to do, and how people can get involved.
So I'm 24, 25, 26. I'm 26 states in. Where am I at? So basically, I got the entire border of Canada taken care of.
Which is always good if you're starting a war, but if you're doing a challenge.
There's a
Yeah. How do you
strategy
find
into
these?
this.
Well, these ones are from the fine Circle K in Columbiana. Eric Bailey grabbed them for me, and one of them, this one, is Alaska. Hardest one to find.
The hardest one to
The
find?
hardest one to find.
And you've also found, do we have Hawaii yet?
I have Hawaii. Everything basically on the Canada border. The Pacific Northwest is all taken care of and slowly moving south.
And again, this is for a
multiple
crisp $100 bill. $100 he's doing all this for.
And diabetes.
I mean, you figure I drink it anyway, so why not do something with it?
But this is like accelerated. I've seen you drink Mountain Dew. I've never seen you bring in a fistful of 3 at a time.
Well, this is AAU for you. This is
These will
what
be
I
gone
do.
before the show's over, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
It'll
because
be
he's
gone
corkscrewing
probably-
everything. Every
probably
time he takes
1:30.
7 words, he takes a drink.
I could do that.
Yeah. This is what I told you about AAU. It's that time of the year, and this is what I do. I just drink a lot of Mountain Dew.
So what is it about AAU that makes you drink Mountain Dew?
I don't
Probably
know.
nervous.
I don't know.
I think you're right,
Nervous.
Rich.
Yeah.
I think you're
I
right.
don't know.
Do you get nervous?
Not really.
Like, then what is the association? We're talking-
It just keeps me awake, basically. I'm awake a lot.
Listen,
so.
I as a type 1 diabetic know that at some point the sugar in there has zero effect on you. Like I could drink a Coca-Cola before bed and be fine.
Yeah.
Absolutely fine.
I could do that
Kind
too,
of
but
impressive.
it's when you wake up. When I wake up, I drink one. I'm good to go.
You drink one.
Yeah, I drink
It's
one.
like his morning
And then it
coffee.
just kind of falls down.
Do you drink coffee?
Yeah, do you?
No.
Just
Have you
Mountain
tried
I
Dew.
hate coffee.
Mountain
hate
Dew fills
I
in
hate
for that.
coffee.
Yeah, I would say
Doesn't
so.
need it.
I mean, I've turned into a coffee drinker. I love from the months of probably about May 15th to August, September, maybe middle of September, it's iced coffee, and that's where it's at. Like my wife puts the ice in there, puts the creamer, puts the coffee on, and it's legit. Legit. It still doesn't do anything for me. Like it's just like
It
part
just
of my
tastes good.
routine.
It
Yeah,
just tastes good.
yeah. It's like you don't have your morning without your coffee. some people have cigarettes and stuff like that like they can't get going until they have that. Good on them. Not my cup of tea.
But if you don't drink your coffee, is your day changed?
I don't feel right. I feel like I'm missing something. Where
That's the same for me.
See, not me, man. I only drink coffee if I can't poop. Like,
Yeah.
and I need it clears it up. I'll tell you. Man.
yeah, you're on.
It's like game on. Here we go.
But you haven't had any trouble with that lately. You've been the opposite.
Straight mud.
You've been.
Straight. I haven't. It hasn't been solid for at least a month. If there's any doctors out there,
I know.
call in.
It could be Corona.
It might be.
It could be Corona.
Might
Diarrhea
be.
is a side effect of
Jeez.
Corona. Speaking of Corona, guys, Corona continues to fill the headlines of the news on the national level, here at the local level. We've got players opting out. You have DeAndre Jordan that is going to, he tested positive for Corona, said he's going to opt out of the NBA season on Twitter last night. Thoughts on that? But first, Ian Desmond of Major League Baseball now opting out because he's citing a health risk and a little bit of, he says it's not worth it. Talk to me about that. Do you feel like the players should be playing or they should be opting out? And if they opt out, should they be paid?
I mean, I think for DeAndre Jordan's sake, it's probably smart for him to opt out of the season because
Because he got a positive test.
he has a positive test, and I think that he also has pressure from the NBA as well as his own individual team. Like, hey, it'd probably be safer for you to stay at home and not get all these other guys sick. But on the other hand, on the MLB's case and Ian Desmond, one, he shouldn't be paid. Two, he should be playing. I mean, it's baseball. You're spread out. I mean, if you're really that worried about it, you can wear a mask or something in the dugout. But if you want to take the year off, then you mentioned before the show, I don't think that he should be paid at all.
No, I agree with that, Tris. I mean, you've got a kind of the same idea and concept in your head. What do you think?
I mean, if you opt out, then I think that's pretty much it. That's it. You know what I mean? Like you're choosing not to play. That's like you choosing not to come into work today, right?
Right?
I think that's what it's like. I mean, it has to. It's some.
I'm
some
opting out of
sense.
work today.
Yeah, I'm opting out.
If you opt out, you shouldn't get paid.
Yeah.
Right? Unless you got PTO, but this is a little bit different than PTO,
Now,
right?
now DeAndre Jordan, like it's a little different. But I think if you're gonna go all
Who's he
in, you
play
go
for?
all in.
Does he play for the Knicks still?
I think so.
He's eliminated anyway. He wasn't going to play. So what's the difference?
Wait, I don't think he plays for the
No,
Nets.
If he plays for the Knicks, he's out anyway. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
He
no,
plays
They're
for
not in the
Brooklyn.
season.
He plays for the Nets.
Does he?
I think he
I
plays
don't
for the
know.
Nets.
I knew he played for the Knicks. That was the last I heard of him.
But his is a little different. But
I think
still,
you're right, the Nets.
Is it the Nets?
Yeah.
All right, so yeah.
I think it's a little different though with him. But still, if he opts out because he is sick, and someone else opts out because they don't want to do anything, I think you still got to be like, well, if you opt out, you ain't getting paid. Like I understand situations, but
Jordan's a
if
little
we're gonna go this way, we have to do it. Because then you're going to start raising.
Well, he's
like,
going to get. He's going to be taken out anyway.
Well, like
he's
one,
going to get quarantined.
One
so it won't
comparison you could have is I don't know if you've heard, but the Minnesota Twins, two of their pitchers in the not pitchers, they're pitching coaches. They cannot come and coach this year because of health concerns because of their age, but they're still getting paid their full amount.
Now, let me ask you this. If someone comes in and, because it's all about money at the end of the day.
Yeah.
If somebody comes in and those coaches fill in their spots, do they get paid, or is this like a trial, or how does this work?
I don't know how it's going to work because without two pitching coaches, I mean, who do you got left? Honestly, at that point, sometimes you only have one pitching coach, and for the Minnesota Twins' sake, I think they're just going to have some replacement come up from the minor leagues, and he'll probably get paid what the regular
What he was
pitching
paid for.
coaches will get
Okay.
paid. Yeah.
But they're going to still get paid, the pitching coaches that are
They are.
sitting at home.
Yep. Well, that's because I think the Twins told them that they have to stay home. It's not. It
It's
wasn't
the
their
Twins'
decision.
decision.
So
Yeah,
it's
it
like paid
wasn't.
leave.
It wasn't their decision. The pitching coach's decision to say, "Hey, I'm not coming due to health concerns." It was the Twins saying.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I'm okay with if the Twins or the organization says, listen, you stay home, just stay well, we'll pay you anyway.
Yeah.
I'm cool with that. But if it's the other way around, like, hey guys, can't come in, feel it, I got the
Yeah.
Rona, sorry man, sorry about your luck. It's you either do the job or you don't. It's as simple as that. The players though, I'm starting to feel like they just don't want to play. They just don't want to play the sport to which they're given these unbelievable gifts by God to play a kid's game and get paid an exorbitant amount of money. Corona, that was a legit. thing. And now we're starting to see the corona fade away a little bit. And now they're taking this social injustice thing and hiding behind that and saying, well, we're not going to play until this is solved. There's a little bit of concern because now, like this, the social injustice, if you talk about racism, you talk about everything that they're fighting for, it's been around for hundreds of years. It's been around since the sport was invented, essentially. How are we going to solve that in a 6-week period to which they can play? We're not. So you either want to play or you don't, but I don't want the players to get pissed off if they get replaced. Like, I'm all for replacement players because the show must go on, right?
Yeah.
If one of you guys decides that you're not going to come to a power hour one day, we have to find a fill-in for you. And it's not like you can be mad about it because you have other things to do. Or, you know, the organizations, the owners, the commissioner, they have to make sure the show still goes. And my issue is the players feel like, especially Kyrie Irving, who he's a flat earther to begin with and a guy that thinks that his shit doesn't stink and he can do anything he wants to and he's God's gift to the world. He might be. But if you want to start another league and you want to basically, if I'm the owners, I go, see you, Kyrie. See you. You want to do that? Bye-bye.
He's a cancer, man.
He is. And as much junk as I give LeBron, he wanted to be away from Kyrie. He was done with it. Because Kyrie, does anybody remember when Kyrie realized, like, he got his contract? The Twitter video that was going, he was hammered drunk. Like, when
No, I
he got
remember
his
seeing that.
he got his first big contract, he was hammered drunk and going around his living room celebrating. Now listen, I would probably be in the same situation, but if I was a professional athlete, it'd be a little bit different.
Yeah, he was like, how old was he at the time?
It's usually, what, a 4-year contract? So probably 22, 23?
Early 20s.
And it was right
Yeah.
before,
Well,
right
he
before
played 1
LeBron
year.
signed. Yeah.
Yeah, so
So you look at that. I mean, Kyrie, I've never been a fan, really, of Kyrie Irving. Just never have been.
Kyrie wants to be the best player on a crappy team, is what it comes down to.
Yeah, he wants to be the leader without any of the accountability.
Yep.
Like, yeah, he doesn't care. He's not playing for championships anymore. He's
Nope.
got his one.
Yeah.
He'll never get that opportunity again to
I
be
think
the
he'll never
guy.
get I don't think I'll eat my words, but he'll never get another one, in my opinion.
I think later in his career he'll jump on to another team.
yeah.
I could see that.
He's still got unbelievable handles, man. Like,
I still take Kimba Walker.
He's still a
over
good
any
player.
day of
I
the
mean,
week.
he's
I'll
just
take Kimba.
off the
You
court.
wanna
He's
take
just
Kimba
so
over?
hard.
No, I would every day.
what was his deal with? Didn't he have another deal? Like, he's dealing with something mentally, or what is it?
Yeah.
Is it depression? What is it?
Who, Kyrie?
Yeah.
It's probably because he has no friends.
Well, that's, yeah. Like, I think there's a difference
That's
between.
like why do you want to hang out with the dude who's so negative all the time?
That's it. I don't get it. Like, he's got the world by a string,
He's so negative.
and he's just constantly like, you know.
When he has a reputation in the league right now, it's like called the coach killer.
Oh, really?
He's like the coach killer. Like you can't.
Yeah.
The only coach he couldn't kill that got rid of him.
Yeah, like he's a coach killer. And people call LeBron a coach killer. No, it's Kyrie. Like Kyrie's a coach killer because he's so good that you want to please him, but you can't.
LeBron's a different kind of coach killer. He kills coaches because he's better than them.
Because he basically coaches the
Yeah.
team by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
has more
there's no
knowledge.
coach when LeBron's on the
When he
field.
was at Miami with Spoelstra, that was a little different because
Yeah.
Pat Riley's pretty much said, "Hey, just sit down."
Pat
and
Riley
go
was
along."
coaching that team.
Yeah.
Like, that was entirely Pat
But
Riley.
Kyrie, he's a coach killer. As soon as he got there with the Nets, he already started trouble.
Yeah. I mean, there's interesting talking about LeBron. There's an interesting feature on ESPN right now about the decision.
I saw that.
I'm really like, I got about a third of the way through it, and I'm hooked. I can't wait because the 30 for 30 for the decision is coming out. It's going to be awesome, and it doesn't paint LeBron in a good light, which is very interesting for ESPN because
They love it.
everybody knows they roll out the red carpet for LeBron everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
Well, LeBron even came out right after that. He's like, I probably
That was
shouldn't
a
have done
terrible.
that.
Yeah,
He's
LeBron
like-
knows that's a terrible
He's like,
idea. What he
he's
did.
like, I messed up. He's,
So how does this make it better? Like, that's my thing. Jordan brought this out
owning it.
20 some years later because there's a whole generation that didn't know who Michael Jordan was.
yeah. Well, he said LeBron's owning it though. Like
LeBron's owning up to it.
Listen,
That's what this is all about.
if
he's biting a bullet
if I
in a cage.
keyed my dad's car, right, and then took pictures of it, I wouldn't give it to him 7 years later and be like, hey, remember that one time I keyed your car? You know, even if you owned up to it and you were like, man, that was a big mistake. Like, I wouldn't be like, hey, Dad, remember? Because he immediately, like, the feelings that
Yeah.
we all had when LeBron left
Yeah.
are going to be stirred up again.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it was bad at the time, and then like everything else, after years you kind of get over it.
Yeah.
But then if you bring it up again, it's like
I guess
man,
if he portrayed himself in like if you say he owned up to it, if he comes back and says, I did this, I did da 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 da. This is how I learned from it. But LeBron's continued to. He left Cleveland again. Like, what is he gonna say about that? Like,
The second time he
I
left
think he's
Cleveland,
just
I
gonna-
don't want to say it was better because it's not better. Anytime your franchise player
knew it was
leaves,
coming.
let alone once, he leaves twice. But
I mean, he
He
came
knew it
here
was coming.
and got evicted.
Okay, so
I mean, that's the
but
biggest
that's
thing.
the thing. Like, you knew it was coming.
You knew it was
But how
His
does
goal-
it make any better?
Basically, his goal is just to come here and win a championship, and then after that, I don't think he really cared what happened.
I think if Kyrie, honestly, if Kyrie could have figured it out and he would have never left and everything was fine, LeBron and Kyrie would still be in Cleveland.
Yeah, I agree.
You think if Kyrie would have
If
left?
they could coexist, if they could have coexist and be together.
Yeah.
You mean if Kyrie could
Kyrie was
shut up
jealous
and
of
deal with the
LeBron
fact that
because he
LeBron's
got
the
all
best?
the coverage, and Kyrie was just pushed under the rug.
Again, I don't want to be that guy, but Kyrie made the shot. So
All
he
right.
deserve a lot
And
more
LeBron
than.
made the block.
I'm
to put
not
Kyrie in the
arguing that.
situation
I'm
to
not
make
arguing
the shot.
that. I'm just saying.
LeBron put up 41 back-to-back games to get them to the point where Kyrie can make the shot.
Eventually, over
What
time,
else you want?
But let me-
LeBron was gonna
okay,
hand over
LeBron
the
led
team
the
to Kyrie.
finals.
This
both teams
This
and
is what I
everything.
want because this is the argument that
want?
you always say is, well, LeBron could have won this year, but he didn't have Kyrie, he didn't have Kevin Love. Okay, so my thing, if I'm Kyrie, there's a little point of contention because LeBron got all of the headlines, but
for
Kyrie
He
made
a
that shot.
Good for him. Would he have made that? Would he have been in the situation to make the shot if LeBron wasn't there?
Would LeBron?
chance.
Would LeBron?
would Kyrie
have
have been
in
in
the
the finals?
situation had he not have Kyrie? We know the answer. to
LeBron
that.
would have been to
LeBron
the
would have been in the
finals.
finals.
He would have been in that
definitely.
finals.
He's proven that.
Okay.
Could Kyrie have taken the Cavs to the finals without LeBron?
No way.
No, but what I'm saying
So then
is,
Kyrie has nothing to say about it.
oh, he does.
Whoop-de-doo. He made a shot. One shot.
Whoop-de-doo.
One shot.
Do you want to roll
LeBron
that
put him
shot?
in that situation.
But the next year on Christmas Day, he hit the dagger again. It was regular season, but
One
he hit the
shot.
dagger.
That's two shots. As a
Christmas
matter
Day
of fact.
doesn't matter.
Oh, it doesn't. Tell that.
Did
to
that
Santa
win a
Claus.
championship? Did Christmas Day win the championship? No.
I'm just saying.
Nobody cares
I'm
about
not-
Christmas Day
I'm-
basketball.
I'm not saying it's for Kyrie, but what I'm saying is, Kyrie was
People
the guy that
discredit
put.
what LeBron did because
Ky-
of that shot.
No.
Oh,
If
yes.
anything,
Oh,
LeBron
yes.
gets more credit than his
No.
due. Because
And
here's
it's due. He
Yes.
led both teams in
He's
every
been pretty
stat.
dominant in the finals.
He destroyed that finals.
did LeBron win a championship without Kyrie in the lineup? Yes or no?
Did Kyrie
No.
win the
That's not
finals
the
without
question I
LeBron?
asked you. That's not the question I asked you.
Well, in Miami, yes.
Well,
Yeah.
but he had D-Wade.
Technically,
No.
yes.
So
Technically,
what I'm
no.
asking you.
Technically, no.
Okay,
but
but
it's the
your
same as
argument
Kyrie.
we've had this argument 50,000 times, and your argument is always
LeBron
that
would have gotten him there. Period.
gotten him there.
Period.
Would not have won
Kyrie
the
couldn't have even
championship.
get him to 50 wins
Would not
without LeBron.
Would not have won the championship. So gotten him there is why LeBron is 3-6 in the finals.
What's Kyrie in the finals?
Want to know?
Okay. He's been without LeBron for how many
no.
years?
1-1.
He's 1-1, yeah.
How many years without LeBron?
What?
1 and 2 technically, because he went to 3 with the Cavs.
Oh, he did. He did go 3.
Okay, 1
He
and
was
2.
hurt,
That's
but-
whatever.
15,
He was
16,
hurt.
17,
Nonetheless,
right?
how many years without LeBron? How many finals did he go to? None. He needs LeBron. He needed LeBron.
Has LeBron been to the finals since?
Been closer than Kyrie.
Oh, shut up.
Wait,
This
without
year.
Kyrie?
Been closer than Kyrie.
After the Cleveland championship, has he been to the finals?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this
The
brings me to
year
my-
after.
This brings me to my
when
next point where
J.R.
it
Smith
says,
didn't take the layup.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right.
There's a question where it says, who had the heaviest load to carry out when they went to the
Kyrie
finals?
left right after that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang. I guess I
He
didn't
wouldn't,
know.
you don't
He
remember
bowled.
him
There was
not
so
even,
much-
like,
there was
trying
so
to
much
run?
bad
Like,
blood.
after the game, he's like,
He won it and left.
I mean, I'm not a huge NBA fan. This is, people have completely exposed me on Facebook, and I'm fine with that. But I know that LeBron needed that second guy because
Well, yeah.
hammered down.
Well, when
not
you're playing
gonna
the
be
Warriors,
Golden
you need
State
I mean, you
Warriors,
need
just one
you need
other
a complete
guy.
5 if
Yeah.
you're playing the Warriors.
And I
if
mean,
we're being
Kevin
honest.
Love hasn't got near enough due, and
oh,
Love
Kevin
in
Love played
Cleveland.
lockdown defense
Yeah.
on Curry.
Yeah,
The
you
year they
look
won
at-
16.
Yeah,
he
the
won
end-
out.
yeah,
But
that
my
was the
thing
final
is,
possession.
always going to be this: is Kyrie
Kevin Love was
left
better when he was
because
fat, though.
he felt like he was that guy.
He was.
He
was. He was brute.
Yeah, he was.
Well,
Now
he
he's
actually
trying to be
played
like-
inside.
Coming straight out of college,
And now, he's
Eating bonbons.
He adjusted his game really well to fit the system, though.
He had the Richie Giuliano 100 popsicle challenge.
I know you don't know. You said you don't know too much, but you can answer this because I saw this and I shared it on Facebook. Who carried the heaviest load?
I did like this.
It's LeBron in 18, where he pretty much they dumped their whole roster halfway through the year, got to the finals. AI in 01, that was against Kobe. And the Lakers.
It's probably the best Laker team.
And Duncan in 03, I can't really recall because they had Tony and Manu. And then Hakeem in 94.
They were very young. They were very young. Robinson just left.
I'm taking AI
Robinson
in
was
01.
old. AI took the most.
I
yeah.
think
It was AI.
I think there's going to be a
'Cause
qualifier though. Who was the fourth one?
It's Hakeem
Hakeem
Duncan.
Olajuwon.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Here's my thing.
Hakeem's team was good.
You can't be the guy, right, and have this fairy tale story without winning the championship. So like LeBron's out, AI's out. So it's between those two. And Tim Duncan,
I don't think Hakeem won it in '94.
he's holding a championship trophy.
Is that?
I think it
I
would
don't know
be.
if he won it in '94.
I don't know,
didn't
but-
think he did.
I know Duncan.
I don't think he did. I
thought
think
it was
you're
90
right.
I thought it was '95, '96 when Jordan was gone.
I don't know. But if that's the case, then it's to me it's automatically Duncan by default. Like you can't.
Nah, because it's got to be AI. AI took a team of nobodies to the finals.
His best player was off.
But so
he
did
had Kyle Korver,
so did
right?
James.
Andre Iguodala.
What is it?
So did
07?
LeBron.
Iguodala wasn't there either.
Like you look at
01,
07,
it
what he
was-
did.
Yeah, but AI averaged like 40.
He did.
just
He was put- he- he
destroying.
was, like, averaging, like, 39.
Like single-handedly took them there, like LeBron did. Just AI.
Oh, he had
scored.
Mutombo on his tail end of his.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like Derek Coleman.
Eric Snow.
Who else? Maybe Elton Brand. Team of nobodies, basically.
Now in 18,
And
LeBron
AI.
had Hood, Clarkson,
They were
J.R.
terrible.
Smith.
J.R. Smith. He had Kevin Love, Kyle Korver.
Love was hurt though.
Yeah, Love was out the whole year.
It was his knee or something. He was out the whole year,
Yeah.
or foot or something.
They dumped D Wade that year.
Team
they
of
dumped him,
nobodies.
yeah.
Old D Wade, yeah, who left. Darren Williams.
I'm taking AI though.
It was. Yeah, it's AI in my mind.
I mean, it's up for debate. Like again, not huge into basketball, but I will tell you this: that to me, in order to have the heaviest workload and then be celebrated for it, you got to have a ship.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Gotta
Thing
have
is,
a
the
ship.
Duncan needed somebody
I
to
thought
get
they
him
were
the ball.
loaded though. Like when I was looking back, like I thought they were
What was
loaded.
it, Tony Parker?
Yeah,
The
young
Spurs.
Tony Parker.
Because that's
young
when Manu
Ginobili,
came onto the scene. Like
So that's a
David Robinson.
pretty
It was
good
David
team
Robinson's
still, though.
last year.
How are the Spurs?
Popovich.
This has always been a question for me. How are the Spurs so overlooked as one of the most dominant
I know.
dynasties of all
Because they
time?
don't do anything. They don't like brag about it.
No, they don't.
They're not
they
loud.
don't.
They're not
Oh,
loud
you know what
obnoxious
it
like
is?
Kobe,
It's just like we
Jordan,
say with
all
Mike
them.
Trout. He stays out of.
Popovich won't let them either. That's
he
the-
stays out of
It's
the-
a
He's a good
very
coach.
broad
Because
he does the right
organization.
thing.
They show up, they do their, and they leave. That's it.
It's like the Patriots.
It's a business.
They show up,
Yeah.
they do their stuff, and they leave.
Yeah.
Patriots have a little bit different because they had Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Tom Brady was always in the headlines. People love to. I mean, the NFL and the NBA are different animals in the beginning and in the end. But like nobody can find a blemish on Tim Duncan. Like
There's nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing.
Nothing.
Off
Manu
the-
Ginobili.
He'll
There's
be
a
the next
couple
coach of
things
the
off,
Spurs.
Tony Parker.
off the
I
court.
mean,
There's
you
a
He
nailed
couple
already
things.
is, isn't he? Isn't he on the?
He's
coaching
going to be
staff?
the next head coach. I guarantee it.
He stepped in when Popovich's wife passed away.
Now his
2-0, by the
his
way.
hair is a little bit wild.
know, right?
now. I'm not
What the heck?
taking that at
Yeah,
all.
he's got to cut that.
He
again.
looks like
He needs to go back to the buzz cut, half bald
Yeah.
look that he had.
I like.
Did you ever see the picture where he won his MVP? He showed up in like those baggy
Mm-hmm.
jeans with the Jesus
Yeah.
One flip flops and a white T-shirt, holding his trophy. Everyone else is in a suit.
Well,
just
what's he?
didn't
Where's he originally from? The
Wake Forest.
No, not Wake Forest. I'm talking like country.
Where's his
It's like
hometown?
he's like Togo or something.
Dominican.
or
I
Dominican
forget.
Republic or
He's
something.
he's out there, and like
Central America.
he's very much like The Rock in the sense that he goes back to his roots. Like what they wear, he wears.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Mana stuff for The Rock right now is red hot with Under Armour. So very cool stuff. Like I don't care what. If you win the MVP, you can wear whatever.
Yeah.
I would show up naked, just be like, "This is who I am." Kapow! Kapuya! like it'd be the George Costanza shoot where I'm just like chilling like this on a couch. Hey, I'm the MVP. I do what I want. Like I do what I want all year, and I'm going to continue doing it. Guys, we're going to talk to Logan Bell coming up. Talk about that transition. We're going to talk to Logan Bell coming up. He's making a jump from Akron to Bowling Green. We'll talk to him about what went into his decision, how excited he is to continue playing baseball, where he's at right now. You're going to be really interested to see where he's at right now, literally right now, making breakfast. We're going to talk about Cam signing with the Patriots. We're going to talk about picks. We're going to give our official, unofficial picks for championships in the NBA, MLB, and NHL. Our Corona Championship is what we're going to call it. We're going to talk about extra innings in baseball and the international rules, and Richie's going to love that one. Ivy League looking to implement spring football season. They're the first conference to look to do that. We'll talk about that. We're also going to talk about a Kobe doc, and we're going to preview the Full Court Press this Friday at 4 p.m. with our friends Brian and Jeff right here on YSN. Now, all that and more coming up on YSN. You are watching the Power Hour right here on your sports network.
21
Good evening,
News.
and thank you for joining us.
Let's get right to our top
More
story
experienced reporters
A new Wilmington
At
restaurant.
GM Lordstown,
telling more local stories
We'll look at
baby
efforts
boy
to
is
curb
recovering from a broken.
around our
Good
valley
community in
afternoon.
Niles.
We are here in Youngstown, right up.
because you expect
Important for everyone. No place like home.
more local news.
In Mercer County
before
Court.
they become life-threatening.
21 News is our valley's #1 local news.
Welcome home to a home made homier with Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods. Inspiration starts at BairdBrothers.com and is turned into reality when high-quality hardwoods are delivered right to your home. Baird Brothers has the latest design trends, shiplap and skinny lap interior siding, antique oak rustic flooring, and, well, you'll find them all at BairdBrothers.com. Ordered easily, delivered conveniently, enjoyed comfortably. BairdBrothers.com.
Hello, I'm Greg Burbick with G. Burbick Farms. For the last 100 years, my family has farmed in Columbiana and Mahoning counties. I began raising cattle in 1996 with the goal of providing a better product for you and your family on the dinner table. Our grass-fed and grain-supplemented Black Angus beef are raised with no hormones, steroids, or antibiotics. We're known for our hometown-friendly service and incredible tasting products. We're locally owned and have customers across the tri-state area. Our products go from our farm to your family. Stop by our farm on New Buffalo Road or visit us on the web at gburbickfarms.com. Don't forget to like us on Facebook. G. Burbick Farms, it just tastes better.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to no, this is not Running Point. This is Power Hour right here on YSN. Got caught up in my own hype machine. Welcome to the Power Hour. Programming note: Thursday will be our last 3-hour Power Hour. Maybe we'll go out with a bang here, since that'll be what, July 2nd. I don't think we can light fireworks inside, but
Sparklers.
I don't think you could even do sparklers inside because of. I don't even know if
Probably would not be the safest.
we don't have sprinklers.
Brand new studio, I wouldn't risk it.
Well, and you probably don't want to put it on tape if you're doing it. So maybe we'll find out the legalities and we'll figure that out. Maybe we'll just have a fireworks show
Throw those
digitally.
pop rocks on the floor, you know. those
We can
things.
throw the pop rocks.
Those
on
little
the floor.
poppers?
Yeah, we throw the pops. And then from Monday on, we'll have 1 hour digitally. I'm really excited about this. This is very similar. This is one of the biggest things I wanted to do with the Power Hour. It'll go back to the 1 hour format, and from 3 to 4 every day, we will have the ability to be anywhere in the world, and we will be right here in front of you. We'll have some guests on as well and get their intake for what they feel on the daily sports scene here locally, nationally, and regionally. So excited about that. So make sure you update your I don't know, calendars. If anybody's got us in their calendar, that's pretty sweet. But I don't even think it's in my calendar. We just got to show up and hang out, and that's what's so beautiful about the Power Hour. And it's only going to get better here, starting on next Monday, which would be the 6th, right?
Yes.
6th. So July 6th, 3 to 4, and then there on out every single day we will be with you digitally in some capacity, and I'm sure we'll still be showing off the sweet threads. Tristan's got the. I'm kind of jealous, man. I'm digging these.
Belichick's.
Yeah, the Belichick's, as you call them. The hoodies, but they got the cut-off sleeves. I dig it.
Yeah, the
Quinn's,
outlets, man, they're super cheap up there.
Quinn's got the Lakers throw. Is that a throwback technically, or is that new?
No,
It's
last
new.
year.
And then Richie's got the Indians.
You love those Indians, huh?
Oh, he's hardcore. Now listen,
Biggest fan.
I was super pissed the other day, and you know why? Because Richie's doing a game on Sunday. I'm outside with my girls, my team, and we're roasting hot dogs and marshmallows. And my wife comes out from the basement to our patio in the back, and she goes, "I didn't know the Pirates were playing already." I said, "They're not. What are you talking about?" "Well, Greg Brown's on your speakers." And I looked at her and I was like, "You son of a gun." And that weren't, obviously it's not my exact words, but I was like, "You son of a." There's Richie Giuliano announcing Bob C. Park baseball, and my wife thought it was my favorite announcer, Greg Brown, on the. I was immediately pissed. So I texted Richie. I said,
You get a text in the middle of the inning. I look down, it's just like, oh.
And Richie starts giggling. You know, it was one of those situations. Class B baseball, we'll talk about that here in the 1 o'clock hour. We're also going to talk to Logan Bell, who's going to call in and talk to us about his transfer. He's currently in Texas. And his opening night for, I want to say it's the Bombers. I'm going to have to double check that, but it's a team down in Texas that he was placed with. He's super excited. He drove all the way from Lisbon, Ohio, down to Texas, and he had a couple stops along the way, but we'll talk to the crazy man himself, the L Train, Logan Bell, here in just a little bit. But guys, I did want to talk to you about Cam Newton. Everybody has their, I feel like this is like the ultimate like hate machine, because people hate Cam Newton already, and then he goes to the Patriots that everybody hates, and now you've got hate on hate on hate on hate. And, I mean, how do you feel about this? Do you think he's going to be a good fit? Do you think he's going to, as Ron Podesta seems to think, he's going to be an MVP candidate? Or do you think he's going to be a bust?
I don't know. I mean,
He's not going to.
No,
he's not going to be a bust. He'll never be a bust. But, like, it's weird because you've had Tom Brady throwing for so long, and now you have Cam Newton, who's a different style quarterback. So I don't know how that's going to fit, and if they're going to have to basically restructure their whole offense. So I don't know. I mean, I have different opinions on it, but you know, good for him that he finds a team. So
I had to check myself today because I was like, but we're automatically thinking he's going to win the job.
That's
You know
true.
what I mean?
Jason Stidham.
We're automatically thinking.
Yeah.
We know Bill Belichick doesn't care who you are, what you've done in the past.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Belichick's also the one running the team.
I
He's the one
understand.
signing guys.
I understand, but
So I think he has no faith.
I think I tell everybody this. Now, listen, I'm a closet Patriots fan.
I like the Patriots.
As we have a caller here on YSN. We'll take the caller here and we'll get back to it. Hang on one second. You're on the YSN hotline. Who do we have? Hello.
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 Anthony.
No, this is DJ. Anthony's to my left. He's doing the ones and twos.
Where's the big dome at today?
The big Podesta. You're looking for Ron Podesta Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays right here on YSN.
Well, okay. You know what? I've been trying to get through to your website on YSN Live. I'm having difficulties. I'm an old guy with a smartphone, and that's not a real good mix.
Well, I can help you through it. I've done it a time or two myself. What do you need?
Well, you know what? I know you got to get to the YSN Live and then go to this and go to that. I'm getting my ink pen out. I'm going to write this down. I'd like to interact and enjoy your shows other than just calling in blind. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate it. So you go to ysnlive.com.
Gotcha.
And then you click on shows, right at the top of the nav bar there. And
it says shift.
It should say shows.
Shows. Okay.
And then what you do is you pick. I think you can pick either one, and it'll show up. Regardless, because it's the same feed. So you can pick Running Point or you can pick Power Hour, and at 12 o'clock on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, you'll get Ron, and from 3 to 4, which will be our new time slot starting on Monday, you'll get us.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
What exactly is Running Point? Which is involved? I mean, I'm kind of like in the blind here.
Yeah, Running Point is Ron's show that you typically call into, and you hear Ron talk about the everyday. The Power Hour, which is the show you're on right now, is it's very similar, a lot like laid back, kind of casual, and we just kind of talk about anything that pops up. Like when you call in and you want to know how to get to YSN, we can talk about that.
Well, that's great because I'm going to do this and figure it out.
You got it, brother. And if you need any help at all, if you like email, all you have to do is email info. That's INFO at ysnlive.com, and we can walk you through it as well and give you step by steps.
Much appreciated, guys. Thanks for your help.
You got it, brother. Take care.
Yep.
That was Rich, who usually calls in during his Braun show. And listen, we knew that there was going to be an adjustment that had to be made, and we're still making that transition. And it doesn't help that we continue to shake up the bubble here.
Yeah.
And you're gonna catch us at 3. Yeah, you're gonna catch us at 1. Yeah, we're doing the best we can. Obviously, we had another show slated in here to make sure it was 12 to 3 every day, and then Power Hour came up that we were just gonna do a 1 hour show. The other show fell through. We tried to fill in. Ron will be on. I want to emphasize this. Ron will be on in the fall when there's so many sports to talk about, from 12 to 3 every day, Monday to Friday. Ron Potesta will be here. I know everybody loves their Po Bear, and he will be here on YSN in the fall, 12 to 3. And I couldn't love it more that he's got such a great following, and that they're starting to figure out YSN. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's cool. And then you too can check us out. We'll be 3 to 4 again, 3 to 4 o'clock. We will start that beginning on Monday, this coming Monday, July 6th, right here on your sports network. All right, back to camp. I think that there's something going on internally with the Patriots. Now, typically when they make a big signing or do something really suspicious, as signing an MVP caliber quarterback for Bagels,
I know.
Something else is going on. And naturally, when I say that, here comes the what do we got here? We got another caller. Another caller on the hotline. I swear to God, we're going to get Cam Newton at some point. We're going to be able to talk about Cam. You're on the YSN hotline. Who's this?
This is Logan Bell.
The Logan Bell of Lisbon, Ohio.
Yes, sir.
How are you, sir? Now, I want to preface this because we had a graphic made for you. We'll throw this up right now. The guys can't see it, but everybody at home can. Maybe. Oh, come on. Yeah, wait, I got it. Hang on one second. There she is, up top. There we go. All right. The Twitter sphere was shaken up yesterday, or whenever you came out with this. At Logan Bell _05 says, very blessed to announce that I will be transferring to Bowling Green State University. I'm very thankful for the opportunity to play baseball for BG. Very excited for this opportunity and can't wait to get on campus. Hashtag Forward Falcons. Logan Bell, one of my best friends from way back. Your dad is a mentor of mine. We follow you with just an absolute microscope on what you're doing. Talk to me about the shift, your mentality, how excited you are, and to be a Falcon.
I mean, it's great. I can't even fathom what they went through though when the program was cut and then getting it back. But it's gonna be great. I'm talking to all the guys. Feel very welcomed, very at home. Soon as I committed, Coach Halleck had them add me to their group me, and it was honestly the most welcoming experience I've ever had. And they're a bunch of dudes who want to play ball, and that's what I want to be around. Who else doesn't want to play a bunch of baseball? You're going to be there for 40 to 50 games. You might as well enjoy all 40 to 50 of them.
You want to talk about ultimate competitors. This guy on the other end of the phone line is the ultimate competitor. Logan, obviously your first season, you got to play a few games for the University of Akron, and then COVID kind of took over. What was it like to make that jump from small town Lisbon, Ohio to D1 baseball and take that bump?
It was very different. You get through like the jitters. I remember the first game I threw against Oakland. I was shaking, and I'd never really shaken when I was throwing before. So that was different, and definitely just being a pitcher is different because you can't miss, and if you do miss, you're going to give up runs. I mean, that happens, but you want to limit that as much as possible.
So when you were you became a PO, pitcher only, as they say, what was the difference for you? Being the ultimate competitor, you want that bat in your hand too. You want to be able to defend yourself at the dish. What was it like making that jump to kind of take that bat out of your hands and to just focus on pitching?
It was the best of both worlds. I mean, it was good and it was bad. I mean, I hated not being able to just like play every day. But I mean, you really understand and learn the game when you're watching it from a dugout with a 22-year-old junior college player who's gonna talk to you about the game and ask you questions about what you think you would do here. It's definitely different learning situations too.
We're talking to the L Train, Logan Bell from Lisbon, Ohio, now making the jump to Bowling Green State University. Logan, what were some of the conversations that you had to make that transfer from Akron to Bowling Green?
I talked to Coach Sabo, gave him my idea where I was at, and wanted to let him know I was entering the transfer portal. And then I talked to a few schools, and as soon as Coach Halleck called me, it was kind of in the back of my head that's where I wanted to be. Because, I mean, he was the pitching coach at Malone where I was committed to my junior year, and I'd connected with him very, very well. And I was really getting ready. I was really happy to be at Malone to play for him and Coach Craig. But, I mean, stuff happens. I mean, life's weird. I mean, it's nice to be able to play for him again, though.
Kind of full circle, right? That's one of those things that you fell in love with the pitching, with the coach there, and now you get to play for him. All right, so the confidence, you mentioned it. Bowling Green actually lost their program for a small amount of time there. Talk about the confidence of the program coming back, being funded privately, and the university bringing the program back, and you making that jump over to their ship and saying, hey, give me the ball, I'm going to fight for you. And it's brown, orange, and white, which is very, very interesting as a Bulldog. To see you going to wear brown, orange, and white for the first time.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be great. I mean, playing with a bunch of dudes who are going to have chips on their shoulders now because the university definitely supports them, but it's taken their fire.
Yeah, absolutely.
Taking their kettle. I don't know what it is.
We get the idea. Yeah, we got you.
But they're putting it back in, so that's all that matters.
I mean, is there? You've talked to some of your new teammates. I mean, what are their thoughts on what the plan is this year? And one of the beautiful things about it is we will see you play Youngstown State on YSN.
After talking with them for a little bit, I know there's going to be a bunch of gritty dudes who want to play baseball every day. I mean, they want to show up, they want to get better. They're going to be grinding all day, every day.
So now that we have the official stuff we had to talk about to have you on, let's talk about the just unbelievable craziness, the crazy man that you are. It starts with your hair and goes from there. You made the commitment to play for a team in Texas, and you drove from Lisbon, Ohio, all the way down as Central Texas? Tell us what you're doing and the idea behind taking a road trip.
So I was honestly really excited to get on the road. I was looking forward to it. I wanted to be on the road. I mean, it's great. I love driving. I mean, I drove through some rainstorms. So that was not fun, but once you get through those, I mean, you get to drive through everywhere. I mean, it's just like getting to see. It's kind of like from Cars when Lightning McQueen's listening to Life is a Highway.
Yeah.
I mean, it's awesome. It was a great time. I enjoyed every second of it. I mean, I stopped in I left 6:30 in the morning on Monday, and then stopped. Then I ended my drive that day in Jackson, Missouri, with my cousin, and then I finished the drive the next day. And I remember the last 2 to 3 hours of the drive are just like you think you're done, and then you have 2.5, 3 hours left still.
What's crazy is you're in Texas, and Texas literally could be its own country. So when you're trying to get into Texas, you're good. Trying to get out of Texas, it just lasts forever. So, talk to me about, like, did you have a playlist? Did you have something that you were listening to that really got you? I mean, it takes me back to like the Office. You say Life is a Highway. Whenever they listen to it 150 times, like, was that you?
No, I was actually. So I split it up really well. I did. So the first 2 or 3 hours, I listened to golf podcasts from the Barstool Golf.
Okay.
And then about for another like hour and a half, 2 hours, I listened to some music to split it up. And then I would go back to a different podcast. But I listened to like Part of My Take, Starting Nine, which is Barstool's baseball, and then Foreplay, which is their golf one.
He's a big Barstool fan. If you haven't figured that one out, he loves it, and that's why he loves YSN, because we're on the border. We're getting there. Logan, talk about. I mean, you made a huge transition, not just in your diet, but in your body structure when you jumped from a high school to college level. I mean, you came back at Christmas looking like the Hulk. Talk about, give some insight to maybe a pitcher that wants to be next level, that's looking at it right now. What goes into putting yourself through that, your body, your mind, and your spirit through all of that?
I mean, I love the grind. It's great. I mean, I enjoyed every second of the winter and the fall and the winter. That's my favorite part of the year, when you're just going after it. Every day you're trying to get better, whether it be hip mobility, ankle flexion, throwing a baseball harder, or just getting stronger. I mean, so I mean, it's really just a mindset of always wanting to get that extra 1% every day. If you get 1% better every day, you're going to end up getting 30% better in a month.
Logan, we mentioned that you're playing ball in Texas, and I looked up the weather. 97 degrees it's supposed to get today. What has the adjustment been like with the temperature reaching 100 coming from Northeast Ohio?
I've been drinking a lot more water. I'll tell you one thing. When I used to play around in golf in Ohio, I wouldn't sweat at all. And down here, it's like I'm literally getting into a shower after I play around a golf. It's awesome. I mean, I love the heat. I'd rather be in the heat.
Now, what's your golf score? You're a good golfer? Are you average? What? Just bring us through a 9-round golf score.
Probably like a 40, 44, 43-ish. I'm not great, but I can get it around there.
It's bothering me as a baseball fan that Logan's talking equally as much about golf as he is about baseball right now. So I know, like, if you want to paint a picture of who Logan Bell is, he has his graduation party at a golf course, and he is literally taking swings and cuts between cutting the cake. It's unbelievable what this young man can do. Logan, talk about the team you're playing for this summer and how excited you are.
So I'm playing for the Brazos Valley Bombers in the Texas Collegiate League, and it is one of the only collegiate leagues actually playing this summer, so that's nice. I mean, getting to play some ball with some absolute studs. We've got a few guys from A&M. Actually, in my host family, I'm with 2 other guys. One's a third baseman who goes to Hendrix, which is a D3 in Arkansas, and then the other's a center fielder at TCU. So, I mean, dude flies, too. He runs like a 6'4". It's awesome.
I mean, this is a very exciting opportunity for you. I mean, you're placed not because of, what you've done in your past, but because of the high ceiling and what you're looking to break through in your future. How exciting is that for you? And you look at opportunities differently than everybody else does. Like you said, you love the grind. What are you going to have to do, and what are your expectations for yourself this summer?
I want to get better. I mean, that's the point of it. I mean, the point of the summer is to get you better, so when you step on campus in the fall, you're a completely different baseball player. And I mean, that's my goal. I'm lifting 5 days a week. I'm eating a lot more food. I mean, I cooked 4 eggs and 4 strips of bacon this morning, so I mean, that was fun. Just trying to do the little things to mentally prepare myself too. Understanding how my body works, getting on a schedule that works for me, Definitely emphasizing hydrating because it's different. It's a different kind of heat. It's not going to be. I'm not going to be able to throw 7 innings of baseball and not have a drink of water.
Well, I hope not. I mean, I hope you're drinking water regardless of where you're at in Ohio or Texas, Logan.
Yeah, I mean,
he's still eating. You can
It's
tell.
about-
He's still slipping bacon in.
yeah, I am. It's 11:50 here. I went to chiropractic this morning and I was like, I need food, so I started making breakfast at 10:50.
Did you do it on the foreman like Michael Scott, where you have to wake up to the smell of sizzling bacon and you close your foot into the foreman?
No, I honestly that might be a move though. Like wake up at 6:30 in the morning, place some bacon on, wake up at 7:40, actually probably 7ish, and then have some bacon ready to go. I mean, I'm in.
Well, make sure you have that bubble wrap to wrap your foot up.
Yeah, well I'll make sure I put like some like plexiglass like they have for the COVID.
Yeah.
So that I don't like run into it or anything.
Awesome. Dude, thank you. Thanks for stopping in. You know we love you. We appreciate you. We'll follow you all season down with the Bombers. We're looking forward. When's your first outing?
I'm supposed to throw on Thursday, but I mean we start games tonight.
Are you in the pen or are you starting?
Yeah, I'm in the pen.
Okay. Awesome, man. Well, we wish you all the best. If you need anything, you know to call us. And thanks for a great interview, and thanks for the heads up on Bowling Green. And we wish you, again, nothing but the best. We love having you on the show. You're welcome here anytime, brother.
Yeah, thanks for having me, DJ.
Thanks, Logan. That's Logan Bell, the new pitcher for the Bowling Green State University Falcons. Guys, when you look at it, holy hell.
They put the brakes on.
I know. It's slamming on the Jake brake outside. When you look at this situation, I've been a transfer before. I transferred from Ohio Northern to Westminster. That's at the D3 level. This is D1.
Mm-hmm.
There's a nervousness that you have. He sounded very confident.
Yeah.
He sounded very confident in his decision. He sounded excited. Nothing against Akron, but it was a situation where this is the best for Logan Bell. And as you move on in life, you have to think of yourself as a brand, and you have to do what's best for you, because sooner or later in life, you have this small window that you can do what's best for you, and then you start having to think about everybody else again. So we're happy for Logan. It's just a well-spoken young man.
Yeah.
You know, he loves the game of baseball. We'll do anything for the game of baseball, and I'm excited for him. I'm excited he's in Texas. I'm excited he took the trip alone. Now, his family, which huge. I just can't say enough about them. His mom, his dad, his sister, they'll follow him a little bit. They'll go down to a couple games and fly in and fly out. But this is a great young man, a humble young man that people said it could never be done, and he proved everybody wrong. And he's still not satisfied. He won't be satisfied until he hears his name on draft day, which is something I love. I love it so much because we are hustlers. You know, that's what we do. And we're supposed to support these youngsters through their. And honestly, he got snubbed a lot because of where he was from, because they didn't play the competition, and that's why we're here. Not to promote us off of them, but we saw how good he was. You know, it didn't matter who you put in front of him; he was still mowing them down like a Cub cadet. So it's awesome to see this young man kind of roll through and play in Texas with. I mean, he's rooming with a kid from TCU. That's Power 5.
Yeah.
That's Power 5. That's what everybody wants. So hopefully Bowling Green is going to treat him well, because I can see this kid being picked up by a Power 5 conference, whether it's in the bullpen or starting rotation. Logan's got what it takes both in the head and in the heart. So thanks to him for joining us. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to talk about Cam Newton. I swear to God, we're going to talk about Cam Newton and get everybody's thoughts. Again, special thanks to Logan Bell for popping in, and congratulations on his transfer to Bowling Green. We'll take a break. Be right back. Make sure we want to hear your take on the YSN hotline, 330-886-0813. Call in now.
Ah, the details. Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods is one fine ride. Perfect cornering, superb handling, sporty and stylish, power to spare, plus awesome mileage. Yeah, jaw-droppingly beautiful lines and well-appointed with luxurious trim. Put more oomph in your life and start beholding the molding. Find your home's fine hardwood at BairdBrothers.com.
Storm season.
I think we're under the gun for some heavy storms over the next couple of hours.
And Storm Tracker 21 is ready.
This is probably the one we're keeping a closer eye on.
On air.
And locally, we're going to have a lot of eyes on our area.
Online.
All right, let's talk high-risk futurecast and the timing of this weather.
On social media and on our app.
Today in the showers, I'm keeping my eye on in parts of Columbiana County.
Stay ready with Storm Tracker 21.
The severe weather threat now through around sunset this evening.
Hi everyone, this is DJ Yoakley with Your Sports Network. We appreciate your support of YSN and welcome you to the YSN family. Our broadcast streams are brought to you live at no cost to you by sponsors that are local to this community. Without the vision and generosity of our sponsors and partners, we would not be able to bring this game to you today. So please support the great businesses and leaders that are making this game possible. And if you're a business in need of great advertising and sponsorship opportunities, feel free to head over to our site for more information on the right fit for you. We are local, we are loyal, and we are live. We are YSN. Hey, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. DJ Yoakley with you here on this side of the table. On the other side, it is Ricardo Choliano. It is also Tristan Reynolds, and it is the gray cloud of YSN Power Hour. It is Quinn Pushkar. How are we doing on those Mountain Dews, my friend?
Good. 1.5 in.
Dynamite drop in, Monty. Those podcasting classes are paying off. Again, if you're looking to get rid of some Mountain Dew, if you're a Mountain Dew, what do you call it, Anthony? Mountain Dew Nation? What do you call it?
Dew Nation, Dewaholic.
Dewaholics. If you're a Dewaholic out there and you're not trying to win $100 and get diabetes at the same time, make sure that you
entered into a chance to win $1 million. Though.
Yeah. I like the idea of the $1 million, but I think we saw a video yesterday on YouTube. The dude was on like 11 months ago that he was like, he had all 50 of them. And you told me.
I think they do this like once a year because there's a set date. It was May something to.
But you also told me that there's people that are like trading online. Like it's
a trading post.
Wait, people
I've
trading
traded.
Mountain
I've
Dews?
traded.
Yeah,
I've traded 2 of them already.
You got Alaska, I'll give you Ohio.
I've already traded 2 of them. Yeah.
No, you did not.
No, you did not.
Where?
That's the weirdest shit
Where
I've
do you
heard
send
in my
that
life.
to?
You scan the code. So if you get if I had 2 Alaskas, you scan both of them, and it sits there. So I have 2 of them, and then I could trade.
Oh, we're gonna get
one of the
disqualified.
Alaskas.
We're gonna get DQ.
Oh boy.
That's weird.
They put it in.
Who did?
Mountain Dew. The people.
It's like
the
trading
people at Mountain
Pokemon.
Dew
It's
put
on
it.
Mountain Dew's site.
Yeah. This all goes through Mountain Dew's site.
Oh, they're clicking.
So you have to scan each one on the site? All right.
This is bull.
Trade. We need a big time trade then. If we got Alaska, if you get 2 Alaskas, you could use
You
that for
already
2
scanned
others.
Alaska? Go find another Alaska, and then you get
Yeah.
4
It
states
took
for
me
Alaska.
2 weeks
Yeah.
to find one.
Well, then that's
Exactly.
It's the commodity. It's a first round draft pick.
Yeah.
So go get an Alaska, and we'll get like 7.
Yeah. Go get the
Ohio.
whole South for
Yeah.
Alaska.
You can only trade 1 for 1.
And then text Logan. Make sure you get Texas.
I've seen Texas up here.
Did you get
So
it?
you,
Did you grab it?
So you see
Yeah.
them and you don't grab them.
I grab them.
Did you
I
get
can only
Texas?
drink them so fast.
Doesn't matter if you drink them. Just get
I'm
them.
drinking them.
Doesn't matter.
I want to drink them. Whether
Just
I
get them.
accomplish this now or I accomplish this in a week, I still accomplish the goal.
No.
Yeah.
You have to execute now.
I've been. My kidneys can only handle so much at one time.
You don't have to drink them.
Jordan,
Just
I
scan
have to
them.
drink them.
You drank 30 in a day or something.
Hi, I'm
like that.
Quinn. I
I
can
have
drink
to-
all the Mountain Dew in the world, and I can't get hurt. Oh, I can only drink so much Mountain Dew at one time because of my kidneys. Oh. Which way is it?
You don't even have to drink them.
I do.
Just scan the
Scan
code.
'em.
No, I don't want to do that. I want to drink it too. There's a
Well,
sense
yeah,
of accomplishment
how
when
many
you
people
drink the
actually
thing.
are drinking
Yeah, but you
them,
can
though?
drink them over a
Exactly.
span of like months.
No, they goes flat.
There's probably not.
Well, here's
flat.
the thing. We don't have posers around
What's
here.
the
So
date
if
on
he's
that?
not drinking them, he's out. Like we'll cut him off right now.
Yeah, you're done.
There's a sense
You're
of
cut from the
accomplishment.
team. We need to find
I'm
a new
drinking one
Mountain
of
Dew
every state.
enthusiast.
Well, we got a Mountain Dew enthusiast over here. How many of you contributed to the cause?
None.
Zero.
Man, you used to drink a Mountain Dew
I'm
every
half friends
broadcast we
with
did.
Yeah, and he thinks he
What are you
drinks more than
doing?
me. It's a joke.
I never said I drink
Oh, okay, listen there, Mr. Asterisk.
I know I do.
Mr.
I'm
Asterisk.
already down in health.
Asterix.
Yeah, Asterisk. I think that there's a. There he goes again, Captain Corkscrew. How many can you drink during a day? Legit. Breakfast, morning,
Sunday I had 8 of these.
Oh my!
Okay, so you should be
How are your
done
teeth?
within a week.
You gotta brush your
Do
teeth
they-
like
Great.
every
No.
10 minutes.
I have no cavities. Nothing. Yeah. My dentist is mad at me for this, but it's okay.
Dude, Dennis is mad at you? For what? Drinking all the Mountain Dew?
Yeah, because
Did he ground you?
he told me, he said you should stop
Think
drinking.
about
you
how
should
your
stop
doctor
drinking
is
this.
gonna
And I said,
feel.
it's tough.
Yeah. Forget the
Doctors
dentist.
are different. They don't care. They're
What
all
do you mean
for
they
it.
don't care?
They're getting paid. If I come in with help, they're gonna like, hey, my kidney failed. I need a new
my
kidney.
boss
They're
used to
gonna
drink
get
2 of
paid.
these a day. Where I work, he used to drink 2 of these a day. Just 2. Well, I mean, just 2 is still a lot, but compared to you, it's not. He had like an ulcer from drinking Mountain Dews every day.
I get an ulcer from stress. What was it?
Okay,
And we-
doctor.
Are you
Hartwig.
Dr.
Well, that's
Hartwig
his
over
dad.
there?
That's his dad. Dr. Hartwig's his dad. And then, so legitimately, you can drink 8 of those a day? So you should be done in a week.
I probably could, yeah.
You'd be done in a week.
On average, I'll drink probably 3 of these a day.
Wait a minute. We just had a huge price drop between 8 and 3.
I drink 8 on Sunday.
Okay, so
That's the most I've drank in a day.
so I'm just gonna say 5's the number, because that's
Sure.
the median, right?
White bottles or
What were you
These.
doing on Sunday?
These. Tournament. We're on
Well,
a
there you go.
tournament.
It's
So you got 10
it's
days.
a stressful league.
10 days, you should be done. So if I were you and I was playing, and trust me, I don't want to be. If I were you, I would say, I'm going to go find all 50 states, and then I'm going to set 5 out a day. Put these 5 in the refrigerator. I'm drinking but scan them all first.
Yeah, you gotta scan.
They go
That's all that
flat
counts.
because you open it. You have to open it. The code's on the inside of the
Then
cap.
you go 5 a day. Then you just go.
Listen, I'm doing it my way. I'm getting it done my way.
Where's the code at?
Inside the cap.
Well, yeah, they're not going to just let you
Yeah, they
go to
put
Circle
the code
K
right
and go,
there. I'll sit there all day scanning these things.
because he's a cheater.
If they put it on there, that's their own fault.
There's 77.
What's that code?
Quit looking at
What's
this.
that code?
God, leave
What's
me
that
alone.
code right there on the side?
Leave me alone.
It's cradling like a baby.
It's like he's got.
You're the healthy one. Leave me alone.
I'm drinking this lemonade.
drinking
It's got a crap
lemonade.
ton of
Oh,
sugar.
Hannah, baby.
It's got a crap ton of sugar.
Is it Ohana or
I usually
Ohana?
drink like
Depends on which side of the island you're from.
Gatorade Zeros is usually what I drink in water, but this does a trick too.
Potesta was in here the other day drinking like Arnold Palmer's. He's like dumping, he's dialing me, he's calling himself the mad scientist. I was like, what are you doing? Like
Palmer's.
he gets bored and it's funny. It really is.
On the show?
Yeah, he just like look at me. It's nuts. It cracks me up. Him and Anthony crack me up because they're so different, but they're just the same. And Anthony never argues with them, so it's like Poe gets one point across and it's like, yep, that's a good point. Argue about like I never have. I believe if Ron told me the grass was green, I would say it's purple. Like, I've never got the same page as Ron Potesta in my life. And that's why I love him. But it's so hard. When we first brought him in, it was so hard for me to stay out of the room. Because I wanted to come in and be like, well, actually, this is how we feel. You know, one of those situations. But he is the best follow on Twitter. And I think we can all agree
it's the
to
funniest
that.
thing ever.
The
It is.
best
We were
follow.
just going through it before the show and just laughing so hard.
We have to come up
He's
with...
the funniest. Oh my!
Can we come
his
up?
Replies are just
Can we come up with a segment on our shows daily that is the Potesta tweet of the week?
Oh yeah, oh,
Wouldn't that
definitely,
be-
definitely.
I don't know
That
if
has
you
to
could do
happen.
week. You'd have to go day.
You might just go day
You
by
have to go
day
daily.
at that point.
I mean, I just had this feel like
Every day there's something new.
It's hilarious.
does anybody like what do you think Ron does? Like when he's tweeting at night, like late at night, what do you
I
think?
have no idea.
Like wife beater and boxers,
Making Arnold Palmer.
yeah, making all Palmers with green tea and Ohana lemonade, like Fago lemonade. I mean, I just get this picture.
It's got to be a robe.
You think it's a robe?
It has to be.
Dark robe
He's
with.
just walking
Like
around butt
velvet.
naked.
Velvet robe or
He's
something.
got the RP
I
on.
don't even want to picture that.
What naked?
Butt naked eating Pizza Joe wings.
Just Just wait. I'm sure he'll post something.
And his umpire hat.
It doesn't fit. It's too small. I love it. I love it.
Photo like his tweet.
Can we have Photoshop now, Quinn? Can you Photoshop a picture of Potesta for Potesta tweets?
Yeah.
All right, we'll do that starting on Monday. We will have the Potesta tweet.
You should put his profile picture in there.
And then what we'll do is we'll also get some music behind it, so that way.
Yeah.
We should have him call in too and like give us like the rundown of what he was thinking during this tweet.
I don't think he does. I don't think he thinks. I think he
I
just
think he
goes with
does.
it.
I think he thinks very
think?
well.
Yeah.
Because
I don't think he thinks it. I think he just sends it.
it's always like
Then he thinks about it.
like
The grammar's pretty solid on
well,
some of them.
Potesta is a grammar guy. Like he will jump you if you don't have grammar.
His sentences are pretty well formatted.
He's a linguist.
Hey, your guard dog Steve Leslie says Steve leave Q alone. Steve Leslie. So
Love Steve.
we all love Steve. He was our first Meet the Team candidate, which all you got. You're on.
What's Meet the Team?
It's on our site, Meet the Team, so you can have your.
I
bio.
need a new picture.
Oh no!
That's from like.
We're delivering that picture to the world.
Which one?
The one that's on the site right now. We're
Oh,
delivering.
I haven't looked at it
It's
since.
the prom picture, the one you love so much.
It's not even prom. That's the worst part. I'm
Why
like
do you
a
have a bow tie?
sophomore.
Why do you have a bow tie?
I don't know. I don't decide that.
Did you wear a bow tie to school?
School.
Yeah, like why would you wear a bow tie any other time other than prom?
It's a dance. It was homecoming.
Oh, okay. We didn't do the homecoming thing.
Cheeky bastard.
Yeah, we just showed up after the football game with like cutoffs and stuff here in
I
Palestine.
wish we did that.
Yeah, you can hear you can hear the banjo. Yeah, we had all those guys.
Yeah.
I need a new picture on there.
We took one the other day. It was you and a popsicle with a peace sign.
That's not bad.
So Petey Popsicle's going to be on the
Petey
website.
Popsicle.
That's
I like it.
What was the other one we came up with? There was Petey Popsicle and Richie Rain Delay.
Oh yeah.
But you've been working your way through it.
No, I'm good now.
Yeah, you've been working your way
I've
out
had
of
two
it.
beautiful days on Sunday and Monday.
So talk about your game the other night, the Avalanche game. What a game that was.
Yeah, well, I heard some chatter up in the press box, so I don't think they're going to make Avalanche forfeit after what happened because the pitcher threw 111. I had 111. I think they said 109.
109, yep.
So the limit's 105, and it doesn't matter if you are in the middle of a batter or not. You got to stop, and they got to come out. So it's 103, I believe. We're sitting there in red. The guy to my left, the PA announcer, signals over. He's like, he's got 2 more pitches. I'm like, yeah, you're right. He throws 2 more pitches, and he's still on the mound. And I'm like, okay, like maybe they're allowed to finish the batter.
Yeah, there's pitch limit now. And it's also kind of like the Little League situation where if you pitch this many pitches, you have to skip this day.
Yeah, take days off.
Yeah.
So he's at 105. I'm like, okay, this is getting interesting. This guy's, his opposition's having a good at bat, right? He's fouling pitches off. He exceeds 110 pitches, and I'm like, this could be bad because if somebody at the higher ranks finds out about this, then he will probably be the coach will be suspended probably, and they're probably going to have to forfeit because it's in the rules.
What age group?
18, right?
Yeah.
Or is it 60? 18.
Yeah. So they end up winning on a walk-off single. They come back in the 7th inning. They were down 1, load the bases, score 1 run, and then John King hits a single in the left field, and they get the win. So it was a great victory, great game. Both teams battling back and forth each inning. But then you kind of hear some chatter after the game, and it was the day after that they might have to forfeit because they broke the rules. And I'm like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, that doesn't really sound too fair because, they played both games. The opposing team lost.
Right.
So, I mean, if you're going to penalize anybody, it should be the coach. He should be suspended for a little bit if you are going to take measures for – it's not even cheating. It's just kind of, not protecting the kid's sake at that point.
Steve chiming in and say the 16U is 95. That's the max. I don't necessarily think you suspend the coach. Here's what I think should happen. And again, these are just suggestions. These aren't like how we actually feel. But just a suggestion would be the kid should have to miss his next start. That's it.
Yeah.
Like he can't pitch for – so it'd
have to be like 4 days – you think 4 days he would throw next, so he would have to skip that. So he'd have 8 days off.
So he can't pitch for 8 days.
Yeah, that makes
sense.
sense. But I think you also have to penalize the coach because they're the ones that are supposed to be keeping track of all this, and they just weren't.
Well, the craziness about penalizing a coach this year is if you get ejected, you're missing half the season.
Yeah, it's like 8 games, isn't it, or something?
It was originally 10, and I think and we're getting some chatter on our Facebook page in the chat room. I think it is prorated now to how many games are left.
Okay.
So it becomes interesting, but I could be completely off base because Cifaldi got 7 and Jimmy Cortez got 5. And I think it depends on what it is. If it's a 1-game suspension, okay.
Yeah.
But then the strategy comes in with coaches. They go, okay, well, if I'm getting suspended for 1 game, is it worth throwing my kid the extra 15 pitches?
I think you put 3 or 4 games in there, it would stop it.
Yeah, I think that it comes because Potesta hates this rule. He hates it with his entire being.
Yeah, because he had the prospects against the Astros, and he was just going off about how the rule's so stupid. And I kind of agree with him because at that point, if you're throwing a good game and you're at 100 pitches, it's a hot night. I mean,
I do to a point, but here's the thing: you have to protect these kids' arms.
Yeah,
absolutely, positively.
I think if you're getting over 115, then it's like, all right, man, like you're.
His argument
Anything
is
over
that
like 80 is a wear and tear on the.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah, but if you're only throwing like 1 in every 8 days, it's understandable.
But it's also, we had Billy McCartney on the show that said you have to treat this like it's March 5th, not June 5th. You know, and that's a legit. To me, that makes the most sense, and that is the best argument of everything so far because. Some of these kids have been throwing bullpens, but we all know the difference between a bullpen and a game. It's it's the difference between shooting the gun and shooting in real life. I mean, you're going to have to take steps sideways. You know, you're trying to adjust to a live BP session.
Well, even in high school, like I believe it's if you throw 30, you could throw the next day. Anything over 30, you have to take a day's rest, and then like if you throw anything over 60 or whatever,
Which makes sense
you take
because
2 days rest.
if you have a closer, you can use your closer every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which I love because some teams have closers that, listen, you're never going to start. You're never going to come in regular relief. You're only coming in you're only coming in if we're winning. But you know, coaches at this level, if a kid's throwing 88 or 90, they're going to say, well, we could sure use you for 6 innings rather than just 1. You know, that's the ideal. But if your opportunity arises where you just have a kid that you know he can go 88 to 90 for 1 inning and shut it down, he needs to be a closer. And I agree with I will always err in a side with safety. And if this season is all about safety, which it was supposed to be from the jump, then you can't have kids throwing 111 pitches or whatever that is. And that's no knock on the coach. You heard from Billy McCartney. He doesn't want his pitchers to throw over 75.
Yeah, he just said we were talking about the 30. Like he said, they have a similar scale. So I think that it makes sense. You know what I mean?
I think it does. I mean, these kids it's a condensed season, right? They're playing, literally, we know they're playing every day. Not every age group, but there's always something going on at Seed Park every day.
Yeah.
And in a condensed season, you go from a 5-game or a 5-day starting rotation to 4-day, 3, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you see some of these kids, their names are constantly in the box score. You go, I just saw him pitch the other day.
Yeah.
You know what drives me crazy? I probably already said it. This drives me crazy, Little League wise. I'm talking like rec ball Little League.
Yeah.
I probably already said it. You got a kid who's out there throwing. He'll throw his 3 innings, and then they'll put the kid behind the plate. He is throwing the same amount, if not more, pitches behind the plate. You're throwing it back.
I agree with you.
That drives me insane.
I agree with you. And to go from pitching to catching was always the worst. Like if you're not
And then
in
you got to throw down too.
Yeah, Little League is where you can kind of get away with it because you're using the same motion. But as you get older, catchers have a different arm slot than pitchers a lot of times. And when you're pitching, you're out here. When you're catching, you're in here. So imagine going from here to here in the torque that has on your elbow in one given day, let alone if you can ice it or heat it or whatever you need to do to get to the next day. Like, I think if you throw over 100 pitches, you should be DH only. Like, you should not be throwing a baseball at all anymore. But that's neither here nor there. My big thing is if he threw 111, don't penalize the team because they walked it off. And the team deserved to win.
Definitely.
Don't penalize the team with a forfeit because it played out the way that it was supposed to. You penalize the player for throwing over, but that also penalizes the coach because typically you're not going to have someone who throws 111 pitches it's going to hurt them if they can't pitch
So,
their
like,
next outing.
did the coach not know where he was, or was it he
I don't
lost
think
track?
I don't think he
quicker?
was keeping track of the pitches because everything is scored up in the press box now with Sports Engine. Youngstown Class B provides a scorer.
Yeah.
And then, Red isn't the one that's supposed to be telling anyone that he has to be done. So it's tough. I mean, you have to keep track of your own pitches as a coach down there because the guy who's scoring is up in the press box.
I'm trashing it.
And everybody else, it's kind of on your own.
Do you think that
clicker.
it should be the same way that, like if it's 10 minutes to go in a game and a timed game, that they should say 10 minutes remaining from the press box? And if he's at 100 pitches, you say 100 pitches?
What I've been hearing is that Red is not allowed to tell the umpires the time nor the pitch count.
He's not.
He is not allowed to tell either.
Well, then you do it.
So, I can't. What's
Yeah, it's not us.
What am I going to do? Yell out the window, hey!
He just puts up, Richie just puts up the 100 on a blank sheet of paper.
Just knock on the window as hard as you can.
Hey, buddy! Hey, buddy!
100!
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't see anything wrong with telling them because it's equal for both teams.
Yeah.
But
at the same time,
it's like a track meet almost. It's like final warning for the 100-meter dash.
Well,
over
in the NBA, in college basketball, in high school basketball, the announcer's allowed to say 1 minute remaining.
Yeah.
1 minute remaining. Like, why are they allowed to do that, but you're not allowed to say how many pitches?
well, the umpires are supposed to be keeping track of the time, so they're supposed to alert each dugout the times. But the pitch count, honestly, the coaches could just look on their phones because if they have the app, then they can see how many pitches it gets thrown.
It's true. But I don't think iScore does that. I think Game Changer does. I don't think iScore keeps track.
Oh, they don't?
I don't think so.
I've never done it in the middle of a game.
I don't think it kills it into like it doesn't tell you what's happening until after the game. Like the only person
Isn't it Sport Engine that does it?
iScore, but that's
Does it matter? Is it really that hard to put a tally?
I have a clicker thing.
Yeah, you use a clicker.
You're on the YSN hotline. What's up? Hello.
Yeah, hi, this is Vince calling from Tony's Pizza. Your pizza's out for delivery, but we're having problems with your credit card.
Oh, okay. Hi, Vince. Where are you delivering that pizza to?
Okay, well, somebody placed an order 20 minutes ago, 3 medium cheese pizzas. They're coming for delivery. They're out right now.
Where are they delivering it to?
Well, I don't know. Maybe somebody else in the house ordered it. I don't know.
Oh,
I just know the pizza's got to be paid for.
Okay. Well, what pizza is this? Because we didn't order
Well,
any
the
pizza.
total is $26.81 plus tip. You want to try another credit card? You're going to pay cash? What?
We didn't order any pizza, but you're on a sports talk show. If you want to,
Your delivery driver is going to be there. You know, he's going to come soon. You got to have the. You sort it out with him, okay? The pizzas are not refundable.
we sure will sort it out with him whenever he gets here. I'll be happy to pay for the pizza.
You've just been pranked, courtesy of prankowl.com.
Wow, we got pranked. Awesome.
That was good. That was
I
good.
loved it. I love it.
That was good. I was trying to figure out whose voice that was.
I was going to tell him, bring the pizza here.
Yeah, like we'll eat the pizza. That's awesome. Whoever did that, that was gold.
That was good.
Thank you for that. We appreciate that. Prankowl.com. We're going to have to call them back. Prankowl.com.
That was good.
That was awesome. Vince giving us a whole bunch of shit about not paying for pizza.
I kind of had a feeling it was like an automated message once you said this is a sports talk show, and he just went on with the total.
Just completely blitzed it. That was
I was
awesome.
like, this is fake, but that was great.
I have an inkling about who that might be dialing it in, but I appreciate it. That was fun.
That was.
You know what? It always concerns me about having this one line because like this is our natural line for YSN, and people call in for different things. Like we had Rich on earlier, just trying to figure out the recipe to get to YSN.
Yeah.
Like 2 cups of sugar. A bottle of vodka. that'll get you to our website. And then you have prankout.com.
I like that.
That was pretty
good.
nice.
I like that.
I'm looking at Tristan. I'm looking at you. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like,
I was about to be like, dude, what the hell are you talking about?
Vince.
I would love to see someone do that to Poe, because like, that's what his reaction be.
I think we're gonna have to do that.
Damn it!
I think we're. I don't know what you're talking about. We'll take the pizza. We'll take the pizza. We'll do it. But that would be a hell of a tweet from Bethesda. That is going to be cut up for content later. That is a guarantee. I'm actually hungry for pizza now.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll have to call Pizza Joe's.
I almost did order it to get here during the show, so we could do the bite it.
We can do some pizza. We'll call Leonard over at Pizza Joe's and get some pizza in here. And
me and Anthony will tag out.
That's fine. We'll call it up, but I don't think we're gonna have Vince. Vince made the pizza.
I know.
He was getting pissed.
His voice is so deep too. It was so funny.
And you don't have those kind of people from he sounded like a New Yorker.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sitting there, I'm like the pizza tastes better when it's from the New York style.
I got hungry just listening to his voice.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this is some real deal stuff.
Are you gonna play with cash? Are you gonna play with credit card or what?
3 medium
My mother,
pizzas,
she slaved over this.
She slaved over
Pay
this.
me the money.
She's 98 years old. She told you asked for 7 pepperoni, she gave you 9. Come on, man. I love it. That was awesome. So if who is PC my nightmare? Pitch count, my nightmare. Mark is a huge advocate of YSN. It is an absolute nightmare, but it is in there for a particular reason. Just like the way Vince called us from, was it Tony's Pizza or something?
I think so. Yeah.
So hey, we'll take a break. We're gonna make a call to Pizza Joe's. Let us know if you want anything. You too can prank us on the YSN hotline 330-886-0813. We'll be back after this.
Baird Brothers remains your source for fine hardwood products. For the time being, we're open for customer pickup only on weekdays, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. and Saturday from 9 a.m. till noon. Place your order online at bairdbrothers.com. Baird Brothers, for the place you love.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
The 4M Company, being an architect and construction manager for over 40 years, has had the opportunity to use many different electrical businesses for our projects. The depth, quality, and knowledge and attention to detail displayed by Dickey Electric makes them stand out above all the rest.
For state-of-the-art expertise and a timeless commitment to our customers, contact Joe Dickey Electric. We are everything electrical.
Friday night, it's fresh limousine. I'm feeling pretty good about myself, living the dream. Platform shoes, strutting down the street. It's gonna get hot in here, I hope you can handle the heat.
Over the years, you watched us grow, and as we've grown, so has the Myers Family Insurance team.
Thanks to all of you who have trusted our families to help you with your Medicare needs.
Myers Family Insurance looks forward to helping you now for years to come. So call our family today and remind them how cute we are.
Myers Family Insurance continues to be the area's resource for all your Medicare and retirement needs. Call today, 330-286-3044.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're still with the after effects of the prank call. We figured out prankowl.com, and whoever did that, well done. Well done. We surrender to you today. You get the victory. As you can see, Tristan has tagged out. Anthony Hartwig is in. Anthony, the typical co-host of Running Point, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, from 12 to 3 right here on YSN. Ant, you've been able to take in what has been an absolute shit show so far of what we're doing. I mean, from the sidelines, what does it look like?
I'm telling you, watching your faces during that pizza call, seeing all the reactions was priceless.
I didn't know what to do.
Right?
I was just like...
I honestly was thinking to myself, we just bought 3 pizzas, and Tony was getting, or Vince was getting pissed. He was getting on us.
Honestly, my second thought was like, let's just have him bring it here.
Yeah,
honestly.
3 medium. Well, first off, 3 medium pizzas for $26.
And then then he was like $26. I'm like, that is a deal. Like, I will pay for that right now.
Was that $8? It's like
$8
$8 a
a
pizza.
pizza.
That's not a deal. $10.
Yeah, it is.
$10 for a large is where it's at.
$8 for a medium?
I don't know. I usually pay like 20 some bucks.
You gotta think like a medium.
For like
a
2.
12-inch?
Yeah, I paid. Yeah.
Well, and Tristan, Vince just cost us $30 itself because now we're getting pizza, and we're trying to have Leonard come in and talk about Pizza Joe's and our partnership with Pizza Joe's because we love it. Like, we're obsessed with it. We love Pizza Joe's pizza, and there's this one pizza, Quinn, that you and I both really love. Sweet. I don't even know what it's called. It's Sweet Honey Hot. It's what we always call it.
Something, yeah.
It's unbelievable. So. If you're heading to Pizza Joe's, ask for the Sweet Honey Hot Pizza.
Never had
Just say that, and they know
Is
what
that
it
like the
is.
sauce is like flavored with sweet honey hot?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
unbelievable.
I've only
So it's
had
a
like the
cheese pizza
regular
with this
like
differently
cheese
flavored
pizza.
sauce.
Welcome. You're gonna say thank you. Like, we'll have you say thank you to Leonard because this will change your life.
I will. I mean,
and it's
I
got
love
chicken
Pizza
on
Joe's
top.
too.
And it's
All right.
it's legit. I mean, they got barbecue pizza. They have the regular hot pizza, like
So is it
buffalo
like the
chicken.
like the buffalo chicken ranch pizzas?
Yeah.
Like, is it like that but just with a different sauce?
So it's kind of.
Sort of.
It's
There's
a
a couple
sweet
different-
habanero sauce.
Oh, sweet habanero is good. It's
I
like at
don't-
Hot Heads.
Yeah.
You ever had like sweet habanero?
It's like
Yeah,
that.
it's kinda like
Oh
that.
yeah, that stuff's
With
good.
cheese and chicken and
It's unreal.
delightful.
All right.
It's unreal. Like, you can order the chicken like wings, Sweet Honey Hot, but then you can also get the pizza, and the pizza's where it's at. Like, and there's no thinking involved. You just choke it down, and you savor the bites of the Sweet Honey Hot because when we bring it on Fridays, when they bring it over to us, it is gone. So if you have a late game, you're not getting Sweet Honey Hot. You're getting my wife's favorite is the veggie pizza, which is also very good, but like that's the only thing that's here if I have a late game.
So like, what happens here on like Fridays? I've never been
Oh.
after a game.
You hang out with DJ. He's the one that brings the pizza. He'll pick it up. So he makes
Brian picks up pizza.
No, that's true.
Brian
That's
picks
true.
up.
So how many people on like a typical Friday night would be here?
Last year there was probably what 10.
Anywhere between 8 and 15.
Yeah.
Depending on.
Wow.
Yeah, we got
Pretty
down
big
10.
crowd.
Yeah, and we get our work done. This year will be different because we're going to be doing all the shows, the post game shows and all that stuff. Announcers will either have to call in or come in, and if we got food, naturally it's
So
a little easier.
what's
to come
going
in.
on with the post game shows?
So we'll
I haven't heard
have a
about this.
post game show, like a scoreboard show.
Okay.
That will have either the YSN announcers call in on their
Okay.
way home to report the scores, what happened during the game, or we're going to have the alternate being the coaches call in and players call in and talk about what happened during the game. If there's a player of the game that wants to call in and talk about it. So we're excited about that. Football season, it's going to be a lot different around here. We're excited about it, but again, we don't want to put the cart before the horse because there's still a lot of questions about what's going to happen this football season that we can't answer. We're just kind of waiting and figuring out what's going on. What?
We can't even talk about Cam Newton.
We're getting there. We're getting there. I just feel like every time and we might talk about Cam Newton a hell of a lot more if every time we talk about him we get phone calls.
Yeah.
So let's just go to him. Cam Newton, and now that we've got Anthony, he's in to give his take. Is Cam Newton going to be a game changer for the Patriots, or is this going to be an absolute bust?
When I saw him get signed, my thinking was, I think this year teams kind of realize, because of all the COVID stuff that's going on, if someone gets they're out for 2 weeks, we need a heck of a good plan B. So I feel like the Patriots were pretty sold on Stidham when I looked at their offseason.
Stidham makes a great plan B.
But and then they were looking at Cam Newton and said, hey, we can get him pretty cheap because no one else is even talking to him. I mean, he said he had like a brief conversation with the Browns, and that's
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah, like a brief.
Yeah, that was more
brief.
of a courtesy.
It was more of
What do you mean it was a courtesy?
He was not coming to Cleveland.
Listen,
Nobody comes to Cleveland.
if Cam Newton comes to Cleveland, Baker Mayfield's days are numbered.
Yeah, it's Baker can't put on a cape.
Baker's better than Stidham.
I don't know. We might have to
Do you
answer
know
that this week.
Is that a fact?
Are you going to take Baker or Stidham right now? You had to pick one quarterback to start your team with.
I would take Duck Hodges
Which
over
one you
Baker.
take?
Oh gosh.
That's because you're a Steelers.
Come on.
I know. I'm just
All
telling you the route that it goes. Like Baker is nobody's top 20 right now. Nobody.
Stidham is.
So
Yeah,
there's
the
your point.
Patriots
Baker's
top
at least
20.
a
I don't think
starter.
Duck
That's all
Hodges
that
is even
matters.
in the top 50.
If you know what, if Bill Belichick believes in Stidham, then I'm going to take him
Then
over
he
Baker
wouldn't have signed
Mayfield.
Cam Newton.
Who?
But like I said, this
Patriots.
year you
If he
need a
believed in
good.
Stidham, he wouldn't have taken Newton.
That's not true this year because this year's different.
Because you
This
still got
year
Brian
you
Hoyer.
need- Oh, and Brian Hoyer.
If Matt Castle can win 11 games, anybody can win 11 games for the Patriots.
Matt
I
Castle
don't think that's true
succeeded
anymore.
outside of New England too, though.
No, I don't think that's true anymore at all.
See, the thing
Because
about the Patriots now is their defense is just so good.
Yep.
That's the transition. Like, it used to be all Tom Brady in the offense. Now it's all defense.
But they also played in the Matt Castle era, wasn't the points era. Like, they
True.
weren't putting up 42, 46 points. You know, teams weren't doing that. Now
Yeah.
they are. And I think you need a quarterback that's going to be able to hang. Cam Newton is still jacked up. Like, he's still hurt. I think that's why the jury was out on him. His leg is still just mashed potatoes.
That and his shoulder. I mean, his shoulder's been giving him problems for years. And if he can't get his arm behind his throws, that's the big thing about Cam Newton. He was always a downfield threat. His arm strength was his big selling point.
Poe came in yesterday talking about him as he's going to be an All-Pro, and I said, how? Like, if he can't run and he can't pass, we all know he can't pass. What is he going to do?
If he's healthy, he's All-Pro caliber, but that's a big if. He hasn't been healthy for 2 seasons. And he's shown nothing that says he's healthy.
Patriots won the division with that.
Oh, sweet. Tristan from 7 feet away texts me and says, hey, he's coming in at 2. So the big man, Leonard, is coming in at 2. He's going to talk pizza with us. So get your pizza questions in. And Vince, you son of a bitch. You want to call back? We'll get the main man on with you. So here's my call out to you like Stone Cold Steve Austin. And that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so, Vince. So I'm excited for that.
He goes from being so heated to, I'm excited for that.
0 to 60, baby.
Back to Cam.
Back to Cam. What if the Browns would have taken him?
Just be a backup.
He would have been a backup.
Yeah.
I think that's
a hell of a backup.
That
It is.
that
I'd love if
competition
he
would have
was
been
here.
open. I don't think it would have been automatic.
Nah, Baker's got it.
If
Baker
Cam Newton
definitely
comes
has
out
it.
and a healthy Cam Newton is better than Baker Mayfield.
I agree with that.
All right. Maybe
Like
5 years
you
ago.
just said for the past 2 minutes, he's
I
not
know.
healthy, so it
It's
don't
a
matter.
if.
Baker's
It's
the
a if
starter.
he's healthy. I've been saying if he's healthy.
I'd still
So if
take
he comes
Baker.
through and he's
I'd-
healthy,
yeah.
Still taking Baker.
Cam Newton's better.
Let me ask you this, because this is the way I think of Cam Newton right now, as of this minute. Now, fast forward 7 months, I'll probably be eating my words. Cam Newton reminds me of that one little thing in Walmart. It's like one tray. It's like multi-tiered, and it's like the day-old donuts. And like everybody checks him out.
Like in Gecko.
Cam Newton's the second.
Like the Krispy Kreme
Secondhand
donuts.
donuts.
that
Yeah,
sit there.
like everybody checks him out, but you're like looking for make sure there's no like bugs, making sure it's not mashed like some little 5-year-old.
Cam Newton goes from MVP to secondhand donuts.
I mean, that's to be fair, that's what some people are treating
But
Tom
with,
Brady like.
with secondhand donuts, sometimes you get that one that hasn't been touched, and it's like, oh, this is still pretty good.
It's
Dude,
still
listen,
pretty
I'm not
good, but
gonna
it's
lie
not
to you.
good.
Bro,
I ain't
listen,
taking the secondhand donuts.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I still eat secondhand donuts, no problem.
Right?
Like if
Oh,
they go
yeah.
from $3 a dozen to like 50 cents, like I'll
That's
roll
what
that
Cam
dice.
Newton did.
Oh, I'm only doing that for Krispy Kreme. I wouldn't do that for any other donut.
Well, we see from your Mountain Dew.
See, Krispy
well, look at
Kreme
you
is
choking
like-
down some water, you traitor.
Had to balance out. Pizza's coming, so I gotta have some
Can you
balance.
get that pH
gotta
back
get
to
ready.
I think that
His
your
body needs
his
some conditioning.
Quinn's brain would absolutely shut down if he drank water for an entire day. because it'd be like, what the hell is this coursing through my veins? This is
You
normal
get
water.
caffeine withdrawals. What you get. You know, he starts.
What does that look like? Is that just headaches?
It's anything withdrawal. If your body's used to something and you
Got
take it
doctor
away,
right here.
you start to get the.
I had
chills, you
this
start to get
same
the headache.
argument with Tim
You get
Gallo
cold
2
symptoms.
years ago. I can quit Mountain Dew easily.
Oh, is Vince calling it again?
Guarantee you. I'd stop. I could stop
I gotta
at
get
any
on
time.
this.
Hang
is
on.
Great.
Prepare. You're on the YSN hotline. What's up? Hello.
Hey,
Yeah.
so I was like on my boyfriend's Facebook and I saw all these trashy little messages you sent to him. You think my man wants you?
Yeah.
Don't lie, you nasty little trailer trash.
Yeah.
You think you're pretty or something?
Yeah.
Girl, please.
Somebody's getting us again. All right. Keep them coming.
Shut your mouth and listen. I know you don't want a problem with me. My man doesn't want you. Get that through your head, okay?
What's your name?
Look, we can go all day about how fat and ugly you are, but I've got better things to do. Just wanted to let you know if you message him again, we're going to have a big problem.
Hey, I got a knuckle sandwich and a double-decker. Which one are you hungry
Just
for?
been pranked. Courtesy of prankowl.com.
And we knew that one. The Vince one was way better than that one. That one, they...
Too
that
many
was,
delays in that one. It took too long.
The only problem is we now have whoever put that on record. So I'm going to make sure I get them back because we now have their cell phone number on our caller ID. So
Storm's coming, Vince.
guess what, Vince? We'll meet again, you son of a bitch. I can't wait to go through the caller ID here whenever we're done, and we'll have a little something for them. Seriously, whoever's doing that, fantastic. Like, it's great content for us. We love it. But back to our original for the 7th time, Mr. Cam Newton.
It seems like every time we talk about this guy, it's just somebody calls in. It's got to be like our 5th call
Somebody
of the day.
just called me trailer trash.
Called you ugly, too.
Yeah. Now, we did look up, and just so everybody knows, and whoever's playing out there, play nice, because we did see that there was like a pornography one, and there, like, play nice. We are sponsored by the FCA.
Myers Family Insurance.
Myers Family Insurance. I mean, all of our sponsors. There you see Kelly Sold It and Kelly Warren, Barrett Brothers. We're not trying to get in trouble here, so we don't mind having a bit of fun, but we got to play by the rules, okay? So we appreciate that, certainly, and we appreciate the fun. I mean, that's what it is, right? It's all fun. We're having fun with it. What do we got? Just goes to show you advertising works on ysnlive.com. It sure does. It sure does. And for a small fee, you too can be, we're the most cost efficient. We talked about that. I've got a whole commercial coming out about that. Just like we're looking for the new voice of the Valley. So you guys are the voices of the Valley. Talk about how fun it's been to be part of the YSN crew and going out and doing games.
It's awesome. I mean, the experience you get, and you get to call big games. I mean, we've called the Penn Ohio Classic game that got thousands of listeners all across Ohio and Pennsylvania, which was a great experience. I mean, Class B is a blast. Youngstown State is a Division I program all around, from baseball to football. That's a blast. I mean, the experience that you're going to get if you want to become a professional broadcaster, this is the place to go. And even if you don't want to become a professional, I mean, you could be your hometown call, like every young kid will dream of, to get on the mic and talk about your hometown and all your friends out on the football field. So I think that's the best opportunity that you could get around here.
Do you think Steve Leslie's pranking us?
It's a good chance.
No.
Do you think he
Trust
has
me,
the...
Steve can't work that.
That's true.
He can't pull that off.
That's a lot of steps.
Technology-wise, he can't pull that off.
Unless he's been hustling us just for this moment.
I've got two people in mind. One of them is actually sitting just away from the table.
Do you think it was Tristan?
Tristan says it's not
sitting
him.
here for the first one. He was sitting here.
Maybe that's why he took a break. He went outside. He's like,
Billy
let's
Mack.
see what we got next.
Billy Mack also is on my radar, so I think that he might have something going on. But just remember, the greatest, the GOAT of technology is on this side of the table, and I can get you back, and I've got your number. So it's coming back. Oh, Steve says watch it. Hey, Steve, we appreciate you, brother, so much.
Steve can work the television. There's no way he can do this.
He was just defending you, and you're going to throw him under the bus like that?
No, I'm defending him. You're going at him saying it's him. I'm saying it's
I
not.
said it might be him. I asked you if you think it could be him. That's the way I phrased it. Don't put words in my mouth there.
It's not Steve.
No, I agree with you. I said it could be Steve, and then I rethought it and thought, no, probably not, for obvious reasons. Steve, though, the 15U's winning a big championship this Sunday. They won that tournament. We had them on last week talking about it. They won that tournament. Then they came back to play Nightline that night. They played 6 on Sunday.
Yeah.
Came back to play Nightline, and they didn't have the horses.
Yeah.
And if you play 6 to 8 games during the day, your guys deserve a little bit off. But Steve said it was his guys that wanted to be back there.
Yeah.
They wanted to support him. So Nightline ultimately won the game. Now 7-0, as you can see on Coach's Corner on ysnlive.com. But man, 6 games in a day, that's a ton. That's a ton to announce.
And then you go and you play Nightline's ace. I mean, Coral, such a good pitcher.
He was unbelievable. He was unbelievable.
He was on Sunday night.
He was. I mean, his fastball was just it was running everywhere. I mean, he had a 2-seam look. Nobody was touching it. His breaking ball was a strike. from the get-go, I believe he struck out the side in the first inning, so he was dominant right off the bat. And one thing I noticed, actually, that there was a lot of POs in the lineup for the Astro Falcons because, like you mentioned, they played so many games. So there was a lot of kids that were getting their first couple of bats of the season, and it's tough to go up to the plate facing, I'd say, the best pitcher in the 16-year-old division right now.
I'd say he's pretty darn close if he's not the guy, because look at his stat line. And this
ERA
was,
under
Coach
like
Giordano
4.
gave me the stat line here. 20 innings pitched, 31 strikeouts, 2 walks.
Yeah.
Like that's video game numbers.
Right.
Right? That's just banging it. That's Wii numbers over there. My man is just...
No, we don't walk in the Wii.
We don't walk.
Technically, you're correct. Technically, we don't
We
bunt
go hacking.
either.
That's twice. I've gotten bunting on twice. You bunted on me, and so did Hartwig.
Bunting on?
Yeah, I've been
Mine was an
bunted
RBI
on.
bunt single, too.
Yeah. It's garbage.
Go for
I went bunt and then fouled it off, and it didn't get me out. And then the next pitch was a home run. So the home run, I ended up winning 1-0. So
who's the best player here?
In baseball?
Right now, it's Bethesda.
In baseball, it's Bethesda.
Right
All
now.
right, I'll have to take him on.
You will.
We go by sport, pretty much.
Yeah,
like,
but
like Munson is.
I'm
going
gonna
to
retire from boxing. Boxing
Yeah,
sucks.
boxing
it's
is
dumb.
bad.
It's dumb.
Stupid. Quinn beats me in boxing
There's no
yesterday. It was
basketball.
complete garbage.
You got to buy like the resort package to play basketball.
Yeah.
It's like
We'll
the
buy
Wii
it.
Resort.
We'll buy it.
Yeah.
Golf, and that one's
Golf.
ridiculous.
Now the Wii's
that
so
one's
old.
ridiculous.
Now the Wii's so old, now let's give it to you.
Honestly, they
Here,
might.
take it.
You'll find it for like $2.
Quinn argued
somewhere.
with me for 20 minutes yesterday about how old the Wii is.
I
said
didn't
it was
realize that
15.
it was 06. I didn't realize
Really?
it
Oh,
was
it's not really that old then.
I thought it was like
15
06
years
is
old.
15
I
years.
thought it was years like.
I thought it was
Isn't
like
that bad?
2012.
Richie, you're like 17. Like
I
that
know.
was, you were goo goo gaga when you got your Wii.
I'm 20.
I know.
I just remember like
But still, it's not like that old.
getting the Wii.
Like you could still play it.
I remember like getting the Wii. And
You know,
then,
when I
like,
think of like an old game, I think of like the GameCubes.
I just
Okay,
realized
You weren't even in kindergarten when
Super
the Wii came
Smash
out.
Bros.
I just realized I have shirts older than Richie. That's
do
not
I.
good. That is not good. I wore one of them yesterday, and I thought to myself, running around the park, I was like, "This shirt's 22 years old. That's pretty cool." And Richie's like, "I'm 20." I was like, "Holy crap!"
It's like Tristan and his champion
Not
stuff.
the shirt you have on though. That's pretty slick.
Yeah.
Show the people the back.
Oh, the back is
Yeah.
is my.
That's nice.
There it is.
That is nice.
So I got a question for you. Why 31?
When did you get picked up?
It's Corona. It's a, they needed some guys. They needed a bullpen catcher, so they just shipped me one of these. Like the stitching doesn't match the actual colors. They're like, all right, just get that chubby little guy in East Palestine. One of our backup uniforms. 31 was I was 13 my freshman year. My mom's favorite was Omar Vizquel.
Okay.
And I had a pretty good year with that. And then we were assigned like numbers, what was it, 20 through 40. Because the girls had, this was the crazy, the boys and girls had the same jerseys. And the girls were 1 through 20, we were 21 through 40. And there was no 13. So I just spun it around and said, well, I had an okay year. Maybe if I flip it, because 13 is universally a bad number, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's an unlucky number. So I thought, well, this is how I reason with myself. I say, well, if 13 is a bad luck, 31 is going to be a good luck. And it just stuck. It was a good number for me. It's how I identify myself. Like nobody else really does 31. So I, in my emails sometimes you'll see DY31 or 31, whatever it is, just because it's DJ so long. I don't want people to get caught up in how long my name is. But that's the story of 31. So I've become obsessed with it. My wife thinks I have problems. She's seeking counseling for me. But I said it could be a lot worse. It could be a lot worse. But yeah, that's 31. So everything, like when you come down my basement, I've got a Steelers, a Pirates, and a Penguins jersey that are all Yoakley jerseys, 31 on it. And then underneath is Roberto Clemente's. Any day I get to wear this uniform is a beautiful day, or I forget what the quote is. It's been 6 years. It's like a quarter of your life. So, do you have a number that you love?
Yeah, 9 was my childhood number. But then once I got to high school, so there's this kid, one of my good friends, so there was, no bad blood with this situation. He was number 9 in football, and there was only 1 9 for baseball, obviously, and I've been 9 my whole career. He's been 9 his whole career. I'm like, you know what? I play the infield. You play the outfield. Lindor's my favorite player. They have number 12 open, so I took 12, gave him 9. And that's why, like, everything, like, my, like, Instagram, Twitter is, like, Richie J9.
Gotcha.
Because I've been 9 my whole career. But then once I got to my junior year in high school, I had to give it up. And I picked 12 because of Lindor.
Yeah.
That's basically it. So that's my number story. But if I had to pick a number 9, now it'd be 9.
Okay. What about you, Ann? You have a number that means a lot to you?
The
1.
It's all I do is win, so all I got is number 1. No,
Here we go. Pizza's here. Leonard's not.
Yeah, that ain't Leonard.
Let's get the pizza guy back here.
Pizza.
You want to do an interview? No interview. He's got to bring the pizza in. Fresh hot pizza from Pizza Joe's. My man is cruising in here. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you tell Leonard we love him. Thank you. Look at this. Look at this. Hot and fresh. Oh, baby. Sweet honey hot. I almost dumped it, too. That would have been really
I might have dove across the table if you did that.
This is the kind of pizza
Start eating it off the floor.
You've got no problem eating off the floor. Like, I've got no problem. I lick the floor. I lick the floor. T, thank you very much. Help yourself.
You drop that outside and I'll eat it.
Special thank you to Leonard, real quick, Ann. I'm sorry. A special thank you to Leonard because, you know, he's always saying, we don't want your money. We don't want your money. And we want to pay. We want to be, this is how this works. So special thank you to Leonard at Pizza Joe's. If you are looking to get some unbelievable pizza like we are right now, and we will eat it in front of you and not feel bad about it, it's 330-426-3223. And yes, I'm fat, but I know that number because I'm a number guy. And it was Shaq and Jordan, 3223. So 426-322. Shut up, do-boy. I might be the doughboy, but you're the do-boy. So
I'm right there with you, though.
426-3223. Tell them YSN sent you. And back to you with your number. Go.
I think it's 20. I'm going to go with 20. The best athlete in the Hartwig family, Patrick Hartwig, went to South Range back in the 90s. He wore 20, so that's the legacy of the Hartwigs is 20. I mean, he has one record in football in South Range. Still, Matthias Combs tied it, but didn't break it for the punt return for a touchdown. And he's got the unofficial 3-point record for South Range as well.
So when you say unofficial,
what does
that mean?
He hit 9 3-pointers in a game.
But nobody documented
it.
Nobody else did.
It was a scrimmage.
Paul Munson knows this story because Paul and Patrick are tight. You know, so
because Paul's stories are always legit.
He hit 9 threes in a game his senior year. He got hurt his senior year, wasn't playing anymore. But he was at a party, doing some stuff he shouldn't. And then he admitted to it. Like, the people knew that people from the team were there. They didn't know who. So my cousin admitted, I was there. He didn't sell out any of his teammates, but he said, I was there. And they kicked him off the team and then took away all his stats from his senior year.
Oh, that's garbage.
Oh, that's brutal.
That's garbage.
So
I understand it, but that's garbage.
Yeah,
I understand why you would do that, but that's still garbage.
I don't think you take away the stats.
Kick them off.
If you're off the team, I get that part, but because it's bad influence and that's against team policy.
I understand why, though, too. I mean, you don't want that being on the board of the guy who was doing that and all that. I mean,
I see both sides of it.
Yeah, I see both sides.
But man, like, you did it.
I understand it.
Like, if I break a world record, as by the way, that's coming. We're talking to Guinness right now, and not the kind you drink. We're talking to Guinness about being a world record holder. So you'll hear more about that coming up. But like, if I break a world record and then I go out and get hit by a bus because I drank too many Guinnesses, like, they can't take that away. I did it. Like, that's just how. Like, right? Am I wrong?
I think that's a little different than a high school record. Given the situation of what transpired.
I thought he would
in
have
high school.
I thought he would have gotten a little leeway since someone else would own up to it.
He's
He came out and
I understand that. Yeah,
admitted to it and owned up to it.
Ownership.
The law.
We talked about that earlier with do you have extra respect if you kind of own up to it? If you're the one that owns up to it, no one else does.
No, I dig it. Like, and I've been in that situation, and not being what they call a narc is huge.
Right.
Because that in itself shows a little bit of leadership. Like, you're going to fall on the sword for everybody else. But let me tell you straight up, like, if we all committed a crime and it was DJ,
I'm pointing that finger
DJ,
so hard.
You're going away for the. I've seen way too many Law and Order SVUs to know that I'm going to be like him and him and him, and here's his address. And then, like, here you go. If I'm getting off, we'll see you later. I'm not built for prison, boys.
Give him a spreadsheet of everything you need.
That's it. Yeah, we got it all at YSN. So no, in all seriousness, hopefully we don't do that. I mean,
Make sure
hopefully
you get a deal in writing first, though. So they don't tell you that.
You got to get documentation saying you're clear.
Green cran.
Otherwise, you're coming.
You're right,
with
because
them.
I'd be the guy that's like, "Ah!"
Yeah, and then you're getting it.
No, that's a bad situation. It's just a bad situation. How long ago? What you said? It was mid-90s.
Yeah, like 90. I don't know the
Was
exact
this back in the day
93,
where
94?
Paul used to wear puka shell necklaces? That's how we're gonna figure out what era it's from. So the Paul Puka Shell days.
I remember doing an interview with Jeff Fischel this basketball season, and I asked him what his best memory of watching basketball was, and he threw it back to when he got to watch the team with my cousin and a couple other South Range players on it. So he was there when Pat broke the record too. So if he's more of a reputable source than Paul Munson, you can ask Coach
The
Fischel.
rebel record breaker of South Range. All right, Quinn, what's your number and why?
Puka from now on. Paul's gonna be Puka from now on for me.
Puka Paul.
I'm just gonna call him that from now on.
I think he should change his Twitter name or Twitter handle on Twitter to Puka Paul.
He goes, his Twitter's all caps, Munson, all caps.
Because he's always like
he's
Paul,
killing it.
Paul is like just a shade below Steve on the technology scale, and everything's always capital letters. So you always think he's pissed, like talking to you, but it's like he forgets to turn off the caps lock. So it's always like, "How are you today?" Question mark. Exclamation point. Like, and you know he does this guy. You know it's this. It's search and destroy. So we love making fun of Paul just because he's our guy. But all right, what's your number?
So growing up, I was number 2 for a long time.
Growing up?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Growing up, like throughout my entire career before high school. What was that?
I think that's you. Okay, go.
So I was 2 up until high school. When I got to high school, I had to change to 15. There's a player before me, PJ Stickle. He was a junior when I was a freshman. He was number 2.
At Canfield?
Yeah. So I just took 15 and ran with it. That was it.
So if you had to tattoo a number on your body right now, would it be 2 or 15?
Probably be 15.
Okay.
Probably be 15.
Now, do you take ownership? Like I have ownership over 31. Like if I see somebody else wearing 31, it pisses me off.
So like you hate John Lester forever?
I never liked him to begin with, so yeah, I'm on board with that. Like,
No.
but like Mike Piazza, I saw him as like, oh, okay.
No, I don't have ownership over that. Unless I'm better than you, then I'm like, well, I was a better 15 or whatever.
Like it drives me nuts. Like I'm 31. Like how dare you wear my number? Even in like slow pitch softball, I look at people 31 and I'm like, all right, like I'm gonna find you in the field. You better hope you're not pitcher. I'm just an angry elf, I guess.
I was 34 in Special Olympics, so I was close to 31, but.
So Tristan, to our left, has changed his number every year we've had a slow pitch softball team. Started out with 13, then it went to 1, then it was a half, like
99.
Yeah, 99 was in there, then it was a half. Like he was
Like
little
1
penny.
dash 2.
Little penny.
1-2. That was a good one. 12 was on there too, because he liked Tom Brady, because we were the East Palestine Patriots.
Those whites are nice.
The whites are nice. The white uniforms. We got 7 uniforms. Got a little crazy. Got a little. The uniform
Sound like
guy.
somebody else, I guess.
The uniform guy was in charge, and he just kept pulling them out. What else? So we're finished talking about Cam. Really, I guess let's dial it back to Cam for 1 second. One word answer.
Another phone call.
Is Cam going to take? Let's do a different route on this, because I just thought of it. Who has a better season, Cam or Tom Brady? Go, Richie.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady.
Brady. Not even close.
Cam, you suck. You day-old
Well,
bread.
that's just based on his team. I mean, Patriots have a lot better offensive weapons. The Buccaneers have a lot better offensive weapons than Cam Newton.
I just don't think Cam's Cam.
We don't even know if he's going to start.
He's going to start.
I don't think.
You
well,
can't tell me
I would
Jared
say,
Stidham's
Once
going to
again,
start.
it's,
never know.
it's if he's healthy.
if they signed him to a minimum contract, I think Stidham starts.
It's great business.
What is?
Signing Cam to a minimum. Being like, hey, you have no offers. Here's
Well,
$1 million.
One of you guys said that it's all incentivized, like his contract's all incentivized. So that tells me that the Patriots don't lose anything
I think
unless
it's
they're
the
winning.
same as Winston. I think it's like the same Winston contract that he signed with New Orleans, except a lot
Winston's
more
in a really bad
incentivized.
situation. Like Winston's gonna carry a clipboard for 12 games. You know,
But you don't think they're gonna like look at him and say he might be after Drew Brees?
if this is Drew Brees' last year, he won't sniff the field.
If his cataracts or whatever were fixed and he can actually see where he's throwing the ball, he might be good.
Who?
Winston.
False.
Might be good. You never know.
Yeah,
He'll be good.
I think we figured
but
it out in Tampa Bay.
Hey,
He'll
he
be
led
good,
the league in
but
passing yards.
he'll be good, but
and
he'll also be bad.
interceptions, and he
That's
might
the
have
thing.
led it in touchdowns.
Jameis Winston is like football's equivalent to Jekyll and Hyde.
Jameis Winston had to throw that much
He's gonna be
because
like,
he was
I'm a
behind.
superstar. I can make this awesome throw in the corner in the end zone for a touchdown, but I can also throw it right to a safety when no one's around him.
Jameis Winston, we compared him to Tristan in a group text message saying because he said that he's still the best there is. And I want to be like, Jameis, no. Like, you are the best there is at throwing interceptions to the other team. Like, you're the best guy. If I literally wanted a turnover, I'd be like, give me the best guy. Here comes Jameis Winston. And like Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Can you imagine if Jameis Winston...
What's that? He's Brucey from the longest yard.
Yeah, if Jameis Winston can cut down his turnovers by even like 30%, then all of a sudden those stats are like, wow. Right?
Ifs and buts.
I know,
or
right?
candy
And that
and nuts.
he said it after the season too. He said, I just got to stop turning the ball over. Yeah.
Oh,
like,
yeah, because it's that
right?
easy.
Right?
Oh, man, if I just didn't turn the ball over, I'd be a
in
better
fairness, he
quarterback.
was
Well, if I was
basically legally blind also.
Then whose
Just saying.
fault is that, Quinn?
Well, yeah, it's his fault, but he still passed for over 5,000
Okay, and why didn't we
How does
hear
no
about
one
this
notice
last
that?
year?
How does no one notice that?
Yeah, I don't.
And how does he have a license? Like,
Still,
if you can't
30
see,
touchdowns.
That's
if you
what-
can't
30
see a
plus
guy in a
touchdowns
different uniform and you throw it to him 50 times, how are you going to see a stop sign
I've
or
been
a
legally
stoplight?
blind. I am legally blind. There's no way I could go out and throw, accurately.
Well, he wasn't exactly
vision
accurate,
based.
but still passed for over
Sometimes he
5,000
was.
yards and 33 touchdowns or whatever.
Would you rather have Jameis Winston or anybody else?
Who's the anybody else?
Baker?
Oh, there
I
are
would take Jameis Winston
There are
over
people that I would take.
Stidham.
There are people that I would take Jameis Winston over,
Like?
Stidham.
like Mitch Trubisky.
Trubisky.
Really?
Yeah. Whoever's in Jacksonville.
Gardner Minshew?
Gardner Minshew?
Take
No,
James
I'm not.
over Minshew.
I'm not.
I would take
I would.
Minshew.
Yeah.
I
I'm
guarantee
not going to
there's...
get flack on this, but Kirk Cousins,
What?
get out of Minnesota.
No.
Oh, no way.
I closed the
taking
book on
Cousins.
Kirk Cousins.
Why would you do that?
It's just. It's
Why?
just.
Why? Because why?
Take
I
Winston
feel
over
like-
Oakland's quarterback.
Derek Carr.
Yeah, take him over Carr.
Nope.
I would.
Nope.
Well, that's your opinion.
I'm just saying I wouldn't.
I'm saying I would.
Who'd you take him over? Dak Prescott?
No.
Nope.
No.
No.
Dak Prescott. I just got to.
take
Michael,
him
of
over
all people,
the
Michael
Chargers.
McKenzie. Now Michael is I love him, I respect him, but he is first off a Steelers fan. But second off, I really think he's got this infatuation with Dak Prescott because every time he gives me a trivia question in the car on the way to scene, it's a question about Dak Prescott. Like, would you rather have Dak Prescott sing to you, a lullaby or a duck? And I'm like, Dak Prescott. It's one of those. He's always saying, well, Dak Prescott deserves this contract because he did this. And
He
I'm
doesn't
like,
deserve anything.
Dak Prescott?
Deserves to be a paid quarterback. That's it. He doesn't deserve a $30 million contract.
What do you think a paid quarterback is nowadays?
Not $30 million like that.
He's gonna lose his job to Andy Dalton.
Yeah, yeah.
Andy Dalton.
He's going to be the highest paid backup quarterback in the NFL next year.
Really? You think
Yes.
you think
Andy
next
Dalton will be
year?
the starting quarterback of the Cowboys.
Okay.
For how long?
Longer than Dak will.
I'll put 100 right on it.
I don't have $100.
Well, then
Not until I
shut
get
your
paid.
mouth.
Wait till I get paid.
Okay. I'm the guy that pays you. So
I
you
know,
want me to
that's
just
what
take
I'm
the
saying.
100 out
Wait
now?
till I get paid. You want to give me the extra 100 round?
No, because I know it's not going to happen.
He will start over Dak.
Not for longer than Dak.
Yes, he will.
No chance.
Yes, he will.
Not a chance.
Mm-hmm.
It comes down to dollars and cents, man.
He'll start over Dak.
Not a chance.
Barring injury, no way.
Paul's listening. Paul's watching.
Paul.
Puka Paul.
Puka Paul.
Puka Paul. We're going to dive into some pizza. We're going to also talk about our picks for championships. Time to back up your talk here, Captain Quinn. We're going to talk about the NBA champion, MLB champion, NHL champion, and their Corona titles they will possess after the break on YSN.
Baird Brothers remains your source for fine hardwood products. For the time being, we're open for customer pickup only on weekdays, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., and Saturday from 9 a.m. till noon. Place your order online at bairdbrothers.com. Baird Brothers, for the place you love.
Quality, customer service, and integrity. Those are the 4 words that have driven our success since 1957 at Joe Dickey Electric.
Joe Dickey Electric is one Mahoning Valley landmark business that stays current with the requirements of our customers. Family owned and managed, we are an electrical contractor and energy solutions provider. Every member of our team adds to his or her skill set through ongoing training. Residential, commercial, industrial, automotive, and more. We keep ahead of the needs of our customers with a fleet of more than 50 vehicles and 24/7 emergency service, so you're never left in the dark.
The 4M Company, being an architect and construction manager for over 40 years, has had the opportunity to use many different electrical businesses for our projects. The depth, quality, and knowledge and attention to detail displayed by Dickey Electric makes them stand out above all the rest.
For state-of-the-art expertise and a timeless commitment to our customers, contact Joe Dickey Electric. We are everything electrical.
I'm feeling pretty good about myself, like I'm living the dream. Platform shoes, strut down the street. It's gonna get hot in here, hope you can handle the heat.
Over the years, you watched us grow, and as we've done, so has the Myers Family Insurance team.
Thanks to all of you who have trusted our families to help you with your Medicare needs.
Myers Family Insurance looks forward to helping you now for years to come, so call our family today and remind them how cute we are.
Myers Family Insurance continues to be the area's resource for all your Medicare and retirement needs. Call today, 330-286-3044.
And welcome back to the YSN Power Hour. DJ Yoakley with you on this side of the table. Everybody diving in to the Pizza Joe's Sweet Honey Hot. All right, what are the initial reactions of Sweet Honey Hot?
Great.
You
It's
like it,
honestly great.
Reggie?
It's got a little tang to it. I like it. I like the chicken on top.
I go 10 out of 10.
One bite.
Oh, I like it.
Ooh, a 10. I heard a 10 spot.
I love my Pizza Joe's. I've never had this. This is definitely better than the bacon pizza.
Wow. Big fan. Big fan.
Bacon pizza was.
Anthony says no. No pizza for me. Quinn, I know how you feel.
10's low.
10's low. It's guys, listen, if you hit up Leonard over at the Pizza Joe's, 330-426-3223. We feel bad a little bit about eating in front of you.
No, we
We're
don't.
hoping to sell
I
some.
don't. Not one bit.
Richie doesn't know.
We're trying to sell some pizzas for them as well because they're proud sponsors of YSN and the YSN Power Hour. We thank them so much for that. I mean, Leonard's he's a dude. He is a dude's dude, and he loves what we do. And he has it over. He has it on while they're making pizzas,
Right.
which is awesome. It's awesome, and we appreciate that so much and the support. All right, guys. Corona has hit. Corona is back. Second wave, but looks like we're still going to play. NBA, MLB, NHL. I kind of wanted to bring NFL into it, but we don't know enough about the NFL yet to pick a champion in the NFL. So we're just going to leave that for a later date. NBA champion, who do you have via Corona, given you know the situation of some people are playing, some people aren't? Are you still on the Lakers wagon, or have you jumped off?
No, I'll never jump off that bandwagon.
Yeah, I think we'll Quinn.
Lakers, all
I
day
think the
long.
Lakers are going to win this one.
They're too good. And sign
Yeah.
J.R. Smith.
Yeah.
They're too good.
That was breaking news, what, yesterday?
Yesterday or Saturday, one of the two.
Yeah, it was
Or
yesterday.
Sunday. Yesterday or Sunday. Yeah, adding J.R. Smith, that gives him just another shooter that's good, that could play in the league very well. And you got LeBron, so champions. LeBron. But I get it. It's going to be an asterisk, and it's not going to matter, and everybody's going to say, oh, Michael's still better. Whatever.
Who's the one that's not playing?
LeBron for the championship.
Ant, what do you think?
I don't want to. I'm not going to sweep the.
Yes, you will.
I'm not going to make Power Hour boring and just
admit it.
Sweep it. So I'm going to go with the Bucks.
No.
Oh, that was my pick. I was going to roll with that.
They did the younger team. I think they're going to be.
They
able
just
to
don't have it,
handle
man.
the,
They don't have
the
it.
layoff,
They'll roll
and
through.
I think they're going to handle the layoff better and be a little bit fresher when you take 3 months off of basketball.
I like that
I got
pick.
a pick. I got a pick.
I like that pick with Anthony. I mean, Giannis is the lowest played superstar.
And let me
plays 30 minutes.
Yeah, let me just preface this. I'm playing NBA 2K19 right now,
Giannis
and I'm
is
Jordan, and the 97, 98 Bulls. Dude, I'm playing the Bucks, and Giannis has yet to miss a shot in the series.
Giannis is a cheat code. He's good.
Baloney.
Yeah.
I got Scottie Pippen on Giannis. And
if you
he's
play
still-
those online things too, like just my player or whatever, you do any
No,
of those?
I'm not trying to do my
Or
player.
not my
I'm
play,
just-
my team or something like the
No,
where you
man.
get cards and stuff.
No, I'm not that guy. Like, I like to play straight up. And then once I figured out that I could be after the documentary with the Bulls, after I figured I could be them, I'm in. Rodman's out. He's out for the season. That was a big hit for us.
That's tough.
But
Darn, what a shame. Looks like Michael has to score more. Darn.
Rodman didn't score.
Yeah, I know. That's the point. Nevertheless,
And you're a basketball coach?
listen. Lakers are going to win it. That's the main topic.
Well,
Nobody
here's-
cares about the Bulls and Michael Jordan.
In 2K19, yes, they do.
No, they don't.
This is my life. 2020 NBA title odds. You ready for this? The Lakers are plus 240. That's the best odds.
Yeah.
Bucks plus 260.
The
Second best
Bucks
odds.
will roll through the East easily.
320. No, I disagree.
Who's going to compete in the East with them?
Yep, I'm about to give you my pick. 320 is the Los Angeles Clippers, Celtics at 1,600, Houston Rockets at 1,800, Philadelphia 76ers plus 2,000. And let me tell you why I think is because their injuries have healed up.
Who?
Is it Ben Simmons?
Oh God. They cannot compete in the playoffs. No.
Take it for what it's worth. I'm not a 76ers fan. Raise your hand if you're a Lakers fan. Raise your hand.
I'm not a Laker fan. I'm a Cavs fan. But I love LeBron, and I know LeBron's going to win the finals.
Okay.
I am. I'm a Cavs fan, and you know that.
Okay, Cavs fan. If the Cavs were playing the Lakers,
I'm going to be a Cavs fan. It's just how it is.
and then 30 seconds after the Lakers win, you're going to do what?
Still be a Cavs fan.
Be a Lakers fan.
No.
Lakers
I
fan.
will not do that.
All right, so
I've stuck through too many bad years.
You're taking the Bucks. You're taking the Lakers. You're taking the Lakers. Tristan,
yeah.
who you got? Laker. I'm taking the Sixers. So we got the Laker crew, the Laker trio, and then we got Bucks and Sixers.
I got Sixers coming out of the East.
I don't even have them coming out of the East. They won't make it past the semis.
You don't even know who's playing for them. You just had to ask a
Ben
guy who doesn't
Simmons,
like
Joel
the NBA.
Embiid, Redick.
Brady's not there. He's with the Pelicans.
Yeah, what the hell
Is he?
There it is. There it is.
So they have no shooter now. They have no shot.
You just figured, literally, how old were you
No
whenever
shot.
you figured out J.J. Redick
They
doesn't
weren't going to
play
win
for them?
anyway.
You
so
are
it
today
didn't
years
matter.
old, sir.
They weren't going to win anyway.
You are today years old.
I was giving them more credit to keep Redick. Now they don't have a shot. No.
Oh, now they don't have a shot.
No.
Now they don't have
How are
a
they going
shot.
to stretch the floor?
I don't know basketball. I don't even know what the
They're
hell
not
that
gonna win.
means.
Jump off the Sixers. Go on somebody else's bandwagon.
No, I'm on the Sixers bandwagon. That's where I'm at.
Want to put 100 on it?
I thought you didn't have 100.
I don't.
He's gonna take a load.
But I know I'll win this one. So
He's
I
going
just
over
have
the cash
NFL
advance. Reason you want $100. I hate the Sixers.
Lost a bet.
Hurt LeBron.
Big purple heart.
Okay, NBA. So we got Lakers, Bucks, Sixers. MLB. This is one you really should understand, Quinn.
Absolutely. I'm all in.
Who you
Let's
taking?
go.
Nah, this is tough.
This is tough.
This is definitely a
This
tough
is
year.
the
to
toughest.
say.
Yankees,
Wild,
'cause
Wild
they always
West.
are good. I don't have
Because here's the thing, like you got a team like the Tampa Bay Rays
Mm-hmm.
that have a great pitching staff and that will be able to get you into the playoffs in a 60-game season. but is their offense enough? Is the question.
Yeah, but we're also going to figure out, like, in the 60-game season, is offense more important?
Yeah,
You know,
it's a big challenge to pick a 60-game season because I made mention a couple shows ago that some of the past few World Series champions have had a losing record through 60 games. So, the back half of the season is the biggest.
The Indians' first 60 games the last 3 or 4 years has been abysmal.
Yeah.
Horrible. And I keep telling him, because Ron brings that point up a lot, and I keep telling him, look how the Indians finished the season with their last 60 games.
Oh,
Didn't they won what,
Amazing.
22 game win streak.
I think that Tito is smart enough to handle, like, these are the last 60 games. Here's how I'm going to manage the team differently than I'm going to manage the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
I think the Indians will be fine.
Because, like, in front of the All-Star break is, and then once you get past it, is how you manage your team, right? You see what your team did well in the front half, and then you manage it on the back half.
Trade deadline is going to be fun.
Trade deadline
August
is
31st.
it's done,
Right?
There's no trade.
You got a month in your season, you're going to have to figure out what you want to trade.
You're not going to trade anybody. You might as well just take it out this year.
Listen,
the
on
trade
Fox
deadline's
Bet,
done.
On Fox Bet right now and on FanDuel, you can take out a $500 risk-free bet. And now let me tell you the odds. Okay, so who you have? You have the Yankees.
No,
I'm going to go with
Dodgers.
I'm going to go with the Cardinals.
Dodgers, Cardinals. Don't be the homer.
Be the homer. Do it.
No, I can't.
Own it.
Rod. I really don't know.
You just don't believe it.
I don't know.
Do you feel like the Tampa Bays are going to do it?
No.
Tampa Bay Rays.
Don't have the offense. I don't want to say the Yankees because I hate the Yankees with everything inside of me. But
second best odds.
They have the best
Yankees
team.
don't have the pitching.
Yeah, but
Didn't they just sign Garrett Cole?
Yeah, they just won. They lost their
Yeah.
ace.
And their other ace is hurt.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're going to have trouble pitching. And that's been their problem the last decade. They haven't been able
Doug Sturgeon.
Doesn't matter.
I got to call this out.
Smack
Doug Sturgeon.
Oh, yeah. Doug's my
MJ,
favorite baseball
greatest
guy.
of all time.
Doug's an
Quinn
ass.
Pushkar.
Doug's an ass.
Oh.
That's our fan. Watch your mouth.
Me and Doug go back and forth all the time. I love Doug.
My mom says Disney is the big winner. I don't know what the hell she's talking about.
That's true. I mean, no, 'cause everything's going to be in Disney.
Because everything's going to be in Disney.
These are all
everything's in Disney.
Okay, well.
Are they making the money then?
And it's going to be broadcasted on
so.
ABC, which is also Disney.
Much.
All right, so she's making
ESPN
sense.
Right,
business
like,
too,
all
so.
right, she kind of gets it. Like, I love you, Mom. Like, thanks.
She gets the business side, which is good.
LA Dodgers are the favorites to win it at 375.
Yeah, that's probably my pick.
I like Cody Bellinger.
I can't jump on that yet. I really
It's just
like.
the Dodgers find ways to lose in the series.
They do.
I really like the narrative of the Houston Astros coming out of nowhere and winning again.
Forget about it.
No.
No.
They should be, but
They're not.
they're not.
And they escaped the biggest bullet ever this year. I mean,
what?
how about
Oh,
that?
they're going to just get
People are still going to hit them.
I mean,
Dude,
but it's just not the
if you're
same.
the
It's been so
Astros,
long.
Like, I would be like, yeah, sure, hit me.
I'm on first.
Yeah.
Go all the way through our lineup. We don't care.
I know, but now it's like kind of like fading off a little bit after the whole coronavirus thing, and people
I
just
don't
want
think
baseball.
baseball
still
in,
come
in the
firing
baseball.
at 'em.
I think that they'll remember just
I haven't
fine.
heard anything about
Especially
the
like
Astros
Altuve.
cheating
Altuve
scandal.
is-
You know
for
why?
months.
Because all you're hearing in the news is what? Two things: Corona and
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm
social
saying
injustice.
it's pretty much gone.
Once baseball starts, because here's what we
But
saw.
another
in spring
thing is
training,
that there's no fans in the stands. So they can't heckle any of these
no,
guys.
Yeah, I agree with that. I
The
agree
PA
with that.
announcer's going to have some fun.
Still going to hurt.
PA announcer will be fired if he had some fun.
Well, here's the
The
crazy
away
part.
teams, like, you think if Houston goes into Cleveland, the PA announcer...
These guys are professionals. They're not 12-year-old kids that are heckling. We want a single.
Hey, you stink.
You know, like
Jackass.
these guys. They're professional. Like they could do it off
They
of
can get
Twitter
away
or
with
whatever.
stuff like
They can get away with it, but they're not going to be saying anything.
Now batting for the Houston Astros.
I didn't mean like saying,
Jose
but they could...
Altuve. Jackass.
Close the mic.
I think it'll be neat. I really think there's great opportunity. Here we go again. He's not supposed to sit in that middle seat. I'm trying to keep him away from germs and you guys away from germs. I think, man, I'd really like to see Houston just because I like that pot stirring. If it's not Houston, I want Atlanta to win. Like
Atlanta's got a good team.
Atlanta's got a good
They
team.
saw
They're a
the
young
pitching.
team. It's a great situation. Andrew Fallett is chiming into the chat. DJ on Field 3, Avalanche versus Ballistic. The second game, Nightline versus Dura Edge. Which one you going for, DJ? I won't be there. Ron Potesta has the call, as he typically does on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Andrew Fouts, our main man down on scene 3, making sure that we're hooked up and we got lots of games going on. Tampa Bay's plus 1,800. Like it's up there, but
See, I'm telling you, Tampa Bay has pitch.
I also think Washington can do it again.
Who's their pitchers?
Who?
That's going to play. Isn't he the one that's not playing?
Yeah,
Wait,
he's
Snell?
like the Nationals.
Snell?
Get rid of your best player.
Snell not playing?
What do you mean he's not playing?
No, I just said his attitude made
Didn't
it
he
sound
say
like
he's
like
not
Oh,
playing or
Snell.
He'll play.
Snell is definitely playing, but he's been the advocate to say
Now they're getting
that we
paid all
want,
their games,
yeah, that
so
we
he'll
want
play.
full pay, and he's got exactly what he wanted.
Plus 4%. No, that was the last
But,
second.
you know,
last.
you guys had the discussion of players backing out. My understanding is part of the deal is if you don't play, you don't get paid.
Good.
So it's not even a question.
So
It's like
Desmond won't get
that's-
paid.
Good.
So
Like that, if you don't show up to work, you shouldn't get paid. I'm
Right.
sorry, unless it's a PTO day. And listen, how many PTO days do you get in Major League Baseball when you're making millions of dollars?
Probably none.
0. I mean, the manager might give you a day off to get your mind right, or just because you've
Which
been,
happens.
whatever. Especially if you're a catcher,
Yeah.
or an outfielder, a center fielder a lot of times. But otherwise, you're getting paid millions of dollars to play a kids game. You don't need PTO days. You
No.
have months that you get off at a time. It's one of those situations where, like, if you get that big, you shouldn't need PTO days. If you're only working 180 days out of the year, really, give or take a couple spring training games, you don't need it. You don't need it. So if you don't play, you don't get paid. Sorry about your luck.
Yeah.
It's your choice. This is a profession you chose.
That's the part of the deal. It's like they gave them the right to choose if they want to play or not. But on the flip side, they said if you don't play, we're not going to pay you.
Yeah, what's your alternative? Your alternative is you get to go in the real world like the rest of us and figure it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Good luck. This is going to be the
And
tricky
then-
one. Tristan, who did you have?
I think the
Dodgers.
real question is how are these players going to be welcomed back and when they skip the year? Is it going to be all, okay, well, you're fine, you're going to come back in 2021, everyone's going to treat you
Well, it's the same for
awesomely?
everybody.
I mean,
Well, I mean, there's only one player right now
Okay,
that's been
yeah.
like, I'm not playing.
Well, I think there's going to be more. I really do.
Yeah.
I think football.
And Desmond's in the
basketball's
later half
past
of his
that
career.
point where people can opt out, right? Like, didn't they hit that?
No, they can
Oh,
still
okay.
opt out. I believe so. I still listen.
I thought there was
again,
an opt-out date.
I don't
They
care.
have to
Like,
opt out,
I don't
right?
care. I'm at this point where Bethesda says it all the time, and it doesn't bother me as much as it used to when you say I don't care. Like, just give me sports. I don't even care, and I don't care that I know who's in a jersey anymore. Like, I'll figure it out. Like, if LeBron James says, "Hey, I'm not going to play," all right, dude, go. Like, let somebody else wear the number 23, and like player 99 can come in and play. Just play sports. Like, we praise these guys because they're such great athletes, but then we want to let them walk away. Like, where's the loyalty to us? Like, we're buying their jerseys, we're buying their tickets, we're buying their merch. All right, dude, you don't want to play basketball? You want to think it was bad whenever Cleveland burned his jersey the first time, or such and such.
Especially
if
if
LeBron
he decides
James said he
not to
didn't want to play,
and the Lakers don't win.
see you, dude.
Bye.
Like, bye. What are you shaking your head at?
They won't win. Without him, they don't win.
Exactly.
They don't even come close.
That's why it would be. He would.
Did you miss the point there?
Huh. Just saying.
Dynamite drop in, Monty. Once again.
I'm just overwhelmed with baseball right now. I love the game.
He's coming off a high after beating me in Wii Baseball before the show.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
we just
I'm
fed
rolling
him.
in baseball.
So
There needs to be a sign at his desk. Don't feed the bear.
he had an opposite field home run. He feeling good.
Don't
about
feel.
it.
yeah.
Don't
Went
feed the
Oppo.
wildlife.
An Oppo Taco.
What matchup do we have coming up after?
I'm taking on Richie.
All right.
Calling it out.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so we got
All right,
Richie.
Royals.
Bring on hockey.
Mariners today.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
No.
Papa Pushkar is
Oh,
dialing
hell,
in.
why is he
Oh,
watching
no.
it? Go to work.
MJ, great, but not GOAT. Many years during... No, you can't celebrate your dad now.
I know what he's doing. I know he's
Many
going to admit
years-
LeBron's the best.
Playing during league expansion, playing against talent-diluted teams. I
Not all
agree
the
and
way.
disagree at the same time.
It's garbage. Garbage teams.
Garbage teams?
Garbage teams. The
Isaiah
one time
Thomas?
he played a good old. Next.
So wait, who's LeBron playing that's so good?
Kevin
Warriors.
Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson.
Durant's hurt.
Pretty much anybody
Steph
on that
Curry.
Warriors team.
Warriors aren't in the field because they didn't make it to the 22 cutoff.
Yeah, how?
Kawhi Leonard.
All right,
Did he-
Clippers.
The Clippers?
Paul
Paul George, yeah, I was gonna say Paul George.
So how do they like?
Everyone
These,
makes fun
these
of
are
Paul
Hall of
George.
Famers.
Now you're
Surefire
using the-
Hall
Yeah,
of Famers.
100%. They're going to be in the Hall.
Paul George is going to be in the Hall of Fame.
Yes, guaranteed.
For what?
Just because of how good he is.
Because he
You'll
played
see.
against LeBron James.
You'll see. I guarantee you'll see.
I'm sorry. Like LeBron, he's a really, 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 really good elite player, but you can't go 3-6 in the finals and be considered
I am
the greatest.
so tired of that
all
stupid
time.
argument.
Then prove it wrong.
Bill Russell, 11. He won 11.
And then, how many did you lose?
1.
Okay.
11-1.
So
you mean to tell me
whose
that
point are you proving right now?
that Bill Russell's better than better than Michael Jordan because he won 11? If you're going to say Michael's the best because he won 6, Bill Russell's better. Plain and simple.
Okay. But
Means
if
Bill
Michael
Russell's better
played
than
against
LeBron.
diluted,
Yes, that's fine. I'm tired of the Michael Jordan being the best because he won 6.
no, Michael Jordan won 6 and lost 0 in championship games.
Bill
and
Russell
was,
was
the finals
11 and 1. 11.
Okay.
All right, let me ask you this, Dieter.
Yep.
If you can win 6-0 or win 11-1, which one are you going to do?
Your dad just said many great Celtic teams.
Exactly, because of Bill Russell.
Okay.
Which one would you take?
I'm sorry, I
Would you
missed it. I
would
was
you
reading.
rather be 11-1 championships or 6-0?
Hardcore 11-1.
So then why is Michael better? Because he didn't lose in the finals?
No, because he did more to me in his body of work.
11 championships.
He did more, like, for the game. He did more for literally.
Because he brought in marketing, yes, I
No,
get
no,
that.
more than that. I mean, he played in other countries.
So
to
does
make
LeBron. The
LeBron
Olympics
doesn't
are a
do
beautiful
that.
thing.
Huh?
The Olympics are a beautiful thing.
Yeah, they are a beautiful thing. But what does LeBron always compare himself to? He doesn't sit there and say,
Michael
I want to
Jordan.
be like Moses Malone, or I don't want to
If
be like
LeBron, if the two
Will Chamberlain.
switched, wouldn't Michael say that he wants to be LeBron? If they switched?
I don't think so.
If LeBron came
not
first?
Michael's personality.
No.
He would say that I'm
Michael-
chasing LeBron and I'm going to be
The
better.
difference between the difference between Michael and LeBron is the difference between the era of Michael and the era of LeBron. LeBron is soft soap dial, and LeBron is like Irish
damn
soap,
good.
spring soap, like gonna put it in a sock and beat the hell out of you with it. LeBron is not a killer. He's not a killer.
What does Michael do better than LeBron? What does he do better on a basketball court than LeBron?
Score?
LeBron scored more.
He's played longer.
On less shots.
He's played longer.
It's not his fault that Michael left to play baseball.
First off, take the attitude out of your voice when you talk about baseball like that.
It's the concept. If you're so good at basketball, you shouldn't get bored and go play baseball.
I don't think it was just he got bored. I mean,
You don't retire
Listen, man.
and come back.
I mean, there was a lot.
because you
That,
missed
There was a lot that I think you missed during that. He didn't just get bored.
He got bored. That's plain and simple. He was too good and got bored.
He made a promise
He
to his
left.
father, who just got
Okay,
murdered.
so do it after you're done. Do it when you're done. Retire from basketball. Go play baseball.
Okay, I'm not going to get into this conversation.
Don't come back.
because you don't. I mean, you're not in that situation. If you
That's
lose somebody
fine. I get
unexpected
that.
like that, there's a
I
lot
get
of
it.
emotions you go
Yes,
through.
I know that.
So
I'm well aware
when
of
he
that.
did that,
Do you forget the Wizards years with Michael? He was garbage. Garbage.
he still made the All-Star team.
4 years of his.
You gonna say Michael shouldn't be in the All-Star game? Who's gonna say that?
Are you?
Who's gonna say that?
In the
No,
Wizards.
he would have been in there because it's Michael Jordan. Fan voting, all that stupid stuff. It's Michael.
No, no,
He's
no,
going
it-
to
it's
make
not-
the All-Star
It
team.
wasn't fan voting.
Whoever.
Fans voted in the starting 5.
Whoever. You're gonna say Michael's in. It's just the way it is. LeBron, in his
Like-
dead last year, is going to be in the NBA
Like,
All-Star game.
Kobe was in the
was in
All-Star
the
game
All-Star
the last
game.
4 years, and his
Yeah.
last 4 years of his career were
Terrible.
I agree with you.
But he still got in. Because you do. You just do.
You put the legends in the
Yeah.
All-Star game.
I get that. I understand.
Michael and the
I
Wizards.
don't understand what this has to
Michael
do
and the
with-
Wizards was garbage. Nobody admits that. Michael lost to the Magic. The Magic.
Michael lost to the Magic when he was in his prime.
Yeah. How good are you? You can't beat the Magic, but you're 6-0 in the finals? Why is that such a big deal?
Wait a minute. Wait
do you
a minute.
you really mean to tell me that he couldn't beat that Magic team?
I'm gonna tell you
But he's
straight
so
up as a
good.
fan. I'm gonna tell you straight up. LeBron's a little bitch. Number
That's
one.
fine. He can be, but he's better than anybody else on basketball.
Because here's the thing: when LeBron James walks off a basketball court and takes off the city that supported him for such a long time and
not
made
denying
his
that that's
millions,
terrible.
he's a little bitch. There's no loyalty in LeBron's game. Zero.
I'm gonna rotate this way a little bit.
Zero, none. Okay?
That's fine.
The loyalty to Michael Jordan won a championship. He was loyal to his coach.
That's fine.
Name one coach LeBron's ever been loyal to. You
Himself.
want to talk himself?
He's
not a
Ty Lue
coach.
really? Is Ty Lue a really good coach? No. That's why he doesn't have a job.
LeBron brought in Ty Lue.
Exactly, because LeBron can coach over Ty Lue. Because LeBron is better
He's
at
a
coaching.
douche bag.
Nevertheless,
LeBron James.
LeBron is the best
He's
basketball
not the
player
ki-
ever.
That's fine.
He is.
That's why.
never-
That's
that's
why
why
he
he is.
can't be with other stars. Why do you think the Big Three broke up? Because it was all about LeBron. LeBron had to have his way. Huh?
All big threes break up. They do.
Your
all
your
break up.
answer to everything I do is they always do this. They never do this. They
do.
always do
The
this.
Warriors
They- like,
broke up because
The Bulls
Durant
did
left.
break up.
The Bulls broke up because they wouldn't pay him, so they all left.
Yeah, that was.
They
shame.
all break up. The Celtics, big three, broke up.
They don't break
all
up. They don't break up because typically it's one guy. Usually they unify, and you're going to see this on the decision. Usually they unify, and it's not 5, not 6, not 7,
I'm not
8.
denying that. That was
Like
that
he
was
is
stupid.
like
That was straight up
the
stupid.
human being. And listen, anybody out there that wants to sit there and go back and say, well, LeBron's got his own school now. If you honestly believe that LeBron James has a school for other kids that he's not trying to, number one, capitalize on from a revenue stream or from a nonprofit organization opportunity, or start to create his own basketball school, you're out of your mind, and you're completely blind.
Oh, that's straight up going to be a pipeline to St. B's.
It is a pipeline.
Oh, it's going to be a pipeline.
Money.
I love it.
Because what's it called?
It's a pipe. It's a straight pipeline to St. B's.
What's the school called?
The I Promise or I Heart or something.
I Promise School.
I don't know what it is.
All that aside,
It's
I mean, at the least, it's a school for people that are underprivileged, right? I mean,
It is. It's
all
a
those,
school
all
for
those,
kids.
right now,
I mean,
on
all-
paper.
right now.
I think it's like if you go to school the
Like
entire
you-
time there, like kindergarten to like you graduate or whatever, you get a free ride to Akron or something.
Okay, and then also, this as a business person,
I don't know.
LeBron goes like this. Right off. See you later. Like, I'm happy he's doing it. He's
doesn't
he's
change the
paying it
impact on the
forward,
kids, you know what
but
I
he's
mean?
still a
It
douchebag.
doesn't matter.
He's still he.
That's fine. He could be the biggest douche in the world. He's still the best player to ever touch a basketball.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. He scores better, on less shots than Michael. He rebounds better, passes better, steals better, blocks better. Better. Period. Does it longer.
Does he
better.
have any defensive players of the year?
Doesn't matter.
Zero.
That's fine and dandy.
Okay, so how is he better defender than a guy that is
He
considered
can
one of the
guard
better
1 through
defenders
5.
of all time?
Guards 1 through 5. Can guard 1 through 5. Talent is way better than what Michael plays.
Stop going off with Tristan.
It's truth. It's the truth.
I'm gonna start having him feed you stuff that's completely
But
false.
it's the
and you're gonna go,
truth. In basketball, it's the truth.
starting
Talent
10's the
has
best.
gotten better.
Starting 10's the best. I mean, like,
Talent's gotten better.
so how do we still sit back and go, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird,
They're great 3 through 10. They're great. Not the top 2.
Garnett and Pierce is what your dad says. Is your dad a Celtics fan?
No.
Okay.
He might be. I don't really know, to be honest with you.
Feels like he's leaning that direction right now.
He's old time basketball though. He loves the old time stuff.
I just don't like. We've had, and I hate having this conversation because
It's a never ending
time.
debate because this generation will always say LeBron, that generation will always say Michael. It's
I
just
say
how it
Michael,
is.
so don't-
yeah, let's not. Yeah,
This generation.
yeah, your generation.
But
I'm like
nevertheless,
3 years
it's
removed.
it's just how it is. It's a never ending debate and it's never going to end.
And it's never going to be solved because you're never going to be able to put Michael and LeBron on the court.
My favorite thing is whenever the players now say that LeBron's not the greatest of all time. Like that, and people from the '80s and '90s say Jordan's not.
Yeah. The funny part is that the ones that say that it isn't LeBron are the ones that lose to LeBron. Like Paul Pierce.
Well, the ones that say it isn't
Lost
Michael
to
are the ones that lost to Michael.
Yeah. It's the ones that can't beat him. That's who's always going to say it.
What did the dude from Golden State say? The other douchebag, Draymond Green. What did he say? Was he pro?
He said LeBron's the best.
Okay.
He was from LeBron.
That's all I need to hear. That guy, the Rodman of his time. NHL. This is squashed. We're done, and I never want to bring it up again. Ever, ever, ever.
We'll talk about it next week.
NHL. Who's taking the cup?
Bruins.
The cup.
Penguins.
Bruins?
Mm-hmm.
You like the Bruins?
Yeah, they're really good. They got like 44 wins. I think they have 100 points or something like that.
You know what?
Bruins are solid.
I'm going with the repeat. I'm going with the Blues.
Your dad is not a Celtic fan, but they were
so.
tough. Nemesis.
He's a big fan of that grit style thing. I'm sure he loved the Pistons just beating up on people.
Well, good. It means your dad is a hard ass.
He is.
Soft soap over here.
That's fine. Soft as cotton. That's fine.
Soft as cotton. All right, let's
Like the Hanes shirts that
He's
Michael
straight
Jordan.
grit.
the look, the feel of Quinn.
The Michael Jordan ripping off a Fruit of the Loom tag and throwing it.
I think you would cry if somebody ripped off your Fruit of the Loom tag. NHL championship odds. All right, let's check it out. Richie's all over
So
it.
Richie's what? Bruins? What do you?
I got the St. Louis
Richie's
Blues.
got.
Blues.
Richie's
Tristan?
up on this.
Oh, yeah. I used to be a big hockey fan back in the
Heck
day.
yeah, you were.
Huge hockey fan. And the sad thing is, I was a Penguins fan. It's not sad.
But they were pretty good when you were
But,
growing up.
like, the
When you
thing
went
is,
back to back twice.
so my cousin used to play for the Little Penguins, like their Penguins elite teams.
Yeah.
From like the time he was like 11 to I think 18. So we used to go down to what was in Mellon Arena at the time, and we got to go down and see like their locker room and stuff. And the guy's not a little kid, but like still a kid. You fall in love with the team. So I became like a big Penguins fan. We always went to games, went to the Stanley Cup when they played the Red Wings, and
That's pretty awesome.
yeah, I was always a big Pittsburgh Penguins fan. But then once you kind of grow up and you're like, I can't like Pittsburgh. That's just how it goes. So I kind of just lost my love for the
Cleveland
Penguins.
doesn't have
and-
a hockey team.
Like
Yeah,
your
that's
monster.
That's how I justify it. There's
Yeah.
no hockey team in Cleveland.
There's no hockey
You
team,
go
so
to
it's like
Columbus.
There's no hockey team in Cleveland, and the Blue Jackets stink.
Well, they went to the
They don't
playoffs
stink.
last year.
Blue
They're
Jackets are
not
good.
They're not the Penguins though.
No.
Imagine
They're
that.
up and- they're
Couldn't
up
fall
and
on a
coming.
front runner. Anyway,
Captain Steelers over there.
That's right.
So yeah, now I'm not really a hockey fan at all, but
Well, that's why I'm not an NBA fan. Kansas City doesn't have a team, so
Used to.
wait a minute. Time out.
they used to. Well, that's
You're a fan of
you're
literally
Captain front
everybody.
runner.
Everybody. Like college sports. Everybody.
during softball season.
Georgia Tech.
It's Georgia Tech. All.
I will give you that.
He
You have
loves
stuff
Georgia
for
Tech.
football.
When we were doing the games on Saturday, he
Garbage.
would sit there and like stream the Georgia Tech games on his phone.
Not during the broadcast.
That's not good.
Not during the
No, before the game.
We've been down
Hey,
this
there's
road
that
before.
bus.
No, because we were there for
Shoving
like an
it
hour
over.
before the game.
Yeah, we had like
Anthony got real tense right there.
we had basketball matchups with volleyballs on the hoops that were all the way down to the ground because we were there so early. They were
Yeah.
like, "What do we do now?"
Yeah.
All right, NHL. You're taking the Bruins. Who do you
Blues.
Have? Blues.
Pens.
Pens.
Gotta be the Bruins. Avalanche have a good shot too.
Belichick.
Like me in baseball.
Yeah, they're actually quite, they're good this year.
Best,
They look
fourth
cool.
best odds at plus 800.
They're actually
8
good.
to 1 odds.
Yeah.
Flyers. It kills me that they have better odds than the Penguins right now. 10 to 1.
Really?
Is Fleury still the goalie for the Knights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love Marc-Andre Fleury. Love him.
Marc-Andre Fleury.
He was the best. When he was in
Hockey has
Pittsburgh, he
some
was
awesome-
unbelievable.
I can't bet against my Penguins. I just can't do it. So I'm taking the Penguins. Penguins are sitting at 16 to 1 odds. I don't like it, but it has also been ruled out that Pittsburgh's going to be a hub for the NHL. So I was hoping that would be it
Oh,
because
they're gonna lose in front of their home crowd.
we'd have some on the roads
Power hour from.
from the PPG Paints.
I'd love to go back to an NHL game. I haven't been there in like 8 years.
They're fun. Well, actually, we wouldn't be because nobody's allowed in. So
Right.
Oh yeah.
maybe we would just
Be
put
from
like the green
outside
screen
the-
up behind us.
You'd be from outside the arena.
Okay, so yeah, I mean our picks are ugly. They're just ugly. There's no way around it. Outside the NBA, nobody feels confident about really anything.
Why are our
That's what I'm
picks so
getting.
ugly?
They're just not pretty.
I don't know. I think
the
I don't know. I think the Bruins are a
St.
good
Louis
pick.
Blues are a pretty good pick. They won it last year. They should be picked for a repeat.
St. Louis Blues are 11 to 1, below the Flyers.
How are the Flyers on
What the heck?
Capitals, Knights, Avalanche,
Caps,
Lightning.
they don't know.
Tampa Bay Lightning. I want to know where my boy JT Miller is now. I think he's in Canada somewhere. He might be.
Wasn't he with the Canadians?
He's in Vancouver.
I think he's on
the
Vancouver.
Canucks, right?
Okay, it's 35-1 odds. Because here's the thing: if they win the cup, it's coming through East Palestine.
Right.
And we'll be there.
So we better be the biggest Canucks fans.
Yeah, go Canucks. I'm changing it up. I'm going Canucks.
Is it? I looked at. I never knew what a Canuck was.
3
It's
times.
just a-
It's like, I like the Knights.
I
Yeah, go
like the
Canucks.
Knights.
He liked the
He picked
Knights.
the Knights. I picked the
Because of their
Penguins.
colors.
Penguins, yeah, they're good. Canucks, no, yeah. We'll go
Canucks,
with
let's
that.
do it.
35
Canucks.
to 1 odds.
Go Nucks.
Go Nucks.
Go Nucksies.
Go hockey. All right, here's a topic for discussion: the extra innings in baseball. So if they go into extra innings, a runner will start at second base. The international rule: like it, love it, hate it. Go.
Love it. I think it speeds up the game, and they tested this out a few years ago at the World Baseball Classic, and everybody liked it. It's a different pace of the game, and it definitely speeds it up, and it brings some excitement because there's some games where they go 17 innings, and it's just like you see shots of the fans and they're falling asleep. So I think this keeps everybody on their toes, and I also think it helps lower pitch counts once you get into extra innings.
I like it. It's also the perfect season to use it because 60 games. It's already a season that you can just kind of throw away if stuff doesn't work. So MLB should be trying a bunch of things that they wouldn't normally do this year.
Yeah.
Especially from a marketing standpoint. Miking up players would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I can just see
The
someone.
union didn't want that, though.
I know why.
I can
Yeah.
see someone in the box being like, talking to the broadcasters, being like, 3-2 sliders coming,
Yep.
and then crack
Like,
one.
they did that.
And
I
then round the
mentioned, like,
bases, be like, hey, told you.
For Rizzo, Anthony Rizzo did that. Chris Bryant, and back-to-back at bats. I think that was a spring training
Spring
game
training,
on
because they do it
ESPN.
during spring training.
And it was cool. It was cool. I liked
They
it.
wore different hats or
But,
something.
every other level of baseball does it. It's in the minor leagues. It's in international baseball. So I don't see why it shouldn't work in the MLB. It's
'cause the
stop
Players
extra-
Association won't let 'em.
Here's the issue that I have with all of this is everybody wants and this is in every step of everything. Everybody wants change, but then when it comes to it, they're like, no, you're going to ruin this.
Not that kind of change.
Yeah, we don't want that. We're just looking for that. Like, Potesta wants change in baseball except for whenever they actually want to change. He doesn't want time limits. He doesn't want
I agree with him on
this.
that. No
I
time
mean,
limits.
a time limit to an extent. Like, there should be a shot clock on pitchers.
Yeah, there should be a pitch clock.
Well, they've been trying that. It just doesn't work. They tried the mound visit limit, and it's just like.
And I'll tell you what, let's stop with the batters being able to just walk out of the batter's box. Like, keep 1 foot in, like international rules.
No.
See, that's a little different.
That doesn't
You shouldn't
bother
have to
me at
stop
all.
out and readjust your glove all the time.
Yeah, that's
You're doing this. Readjust again.
Gotta get the shin guard in there. It's like,
Yeah.
all right.
See, I don't.
I'm going to find a way to take timeouts on Wii Baseball.
Right?
Just, like, step out
Yeah.
the box real quick.
See, it's definitely like different for a batter to step out of the batter's box and take so much time, but I just don't think you could put that rule in effect to a batter. I mean, they have their own routine, like you said, superstition where most players come out
Well, you
and
can. You can
they'll
just
redo
say-
the batting gloves or whatever they want to do.
You
And
can do, you can.
but if you're going to speed up the pitcher, you're going to have to speed up the batter,
Right.
Because you can't have the pitcher just standing there on the rubber for like 10 seconds. That guy's like, all right, let's go. If you're going to do one, you got to do both.
Yeah, I don't see anybody taking that incredibly long wrapping their batting gloves anymore. Like, it's not that prevalent. Like, so I think that's just an excuse.
Who was the
that
guy that
people
used to
use.
call like
No
the
Mar
Human
Garcia
Rain
Park.
Boy?
Mike Hargrove,
Mike Hargrove, yeah.
old Indians
I mean, he
manager
would
and player.
just
Yeah, he would
take forever.
He would eat the clock. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's if it happens like that, then I agree with you. But it's not
doesn't happen like that
anywhere as prevalent as it used. Even
No.
with Nomar Garcia Parra, like nobody does that anymore.
Mhm.
They're out there ready because the umpires have actually taken control of that. Like, all right, you get that at our level. It's at Class B. All right, batter, let's go.
Yeah,
one of those things. Let's
Get
do
it.
this because umpires can also extend that strike zone if
Yep.
you're trying to slow the game down.
Yeah.
Because they get paid essentially by the hour as well.
Yeah.
The umpire doesn't have to answer your request for time either. You can just be like, no, screw you.
Well, if they're out of the box, you can't pitch.
I know.
But
like if you step in and then all of a sudden you want time and you've been pulling that for the game. And
No,
then
you're
the
right.
umpire can be like, I'm not granting it.
You're right.
Yeah.
There,
You're not
there's
getting
there's a
time,
lot
man.
of there's a lot of truth to that, but that's the thing, and I don't think that anybody's really out of sorts. Like Tommy had a long drawn out. Like he would put his bat up, and everybody know he would do the crotch or the pant pull.
Every baseball player has a wedgie in his right.
But it's. Have you ever worn those pants?
No, I haven't.
All right,
but it's
then
like
don't
between
judge.
every pitch. It's
Don't
like
judge.
I just got a wedgie between this pitch.
Until
I
you
didn't
wear
even
those
swing the
baseball
bat, but
pants,
I got
don't
a
judge.
wedgie.
So it's one of those situations where like I'm putting it back on the pitcher. Pitchers take incredibly long, and they're taught to do that because it's on their time. Nobody can do anything until the ball's pitched. So it'll be interesting. Extra innings, runner on second base. Naturally, you don't want to take too long because the guy can figure you out. He can figure out your pace. He can figure out if you're setting, and he can pick up. If it's, we used to call it UCLA. If you go on UCLA, pitchers are taught to change it up.
It's going to be interesting because the American League doesn't like to bunt that much.
Because
now there's a runner on second, nobody out. Are you bunting him over? Or you think that's going to force the American
we'll find
League
out.
to
I
try
don't
to
think it's determined who the guy on second is.
It'll probably
last
batter.
Or
So,
last
like,
out.
if David Ortiz was the last out, he's on
He's
second.
on second.
Yeah.
And
And
can't
you have to
pinch
get him
run,
in?
right?
God love it.
You can't pinch run someone, right? You
Big
just
Papi
gotta
can
go
run.
with Big Papi.
Yeah, but you compare him to, what's the guy from the...
Well, yeah, you roll the dice, but the
Billy
reality
Beach,
is
Hamilton.
he's going to be at second base, and that's better than him being on the bench and you starting out with nobody.
True.
You know what I mean? And you can't pinch run for him unless I guess you could if you replace him in the lineup.
Yeah, you'd have to take him out of the game.
And if you're in extra innings, I mean, what are the odds that he gets in there at bat if he was the last
Yeah.
out?
There's a lot of strategy into this.
I love
Yeah, that's what I try to tell Ron Batista. It brings he thinks it kills strategy completely, but it just changes strategy. Is all it does.
Quinn's dad chiming in saying
like,
Hargrove was the human rain delay.
Colon's going to be the last out.
Bartolo's
going to make the last out. He's going to be the guy on second.
I got some
Like,
bad
oh,
news for you.
gosh.
Big sexy.
Yeah, I know. He doesn't play. I know.
I just didn't want to break your heart there.
No, I'm
Yeah, he's
well
not
aware
gonna
that
bat anymore.
50-year-old Bartolo Colon no longer plays.
Captain Corkscrew.
Wants
Did
to
he
play.
retire?
No, he wants to come back.
Nah.
He's playing in some leagues.
Even
some
if he
I'd give
does,
him a chance, why not?
even
What
if
do you
he
got to
does,
lose?
he's not going to be batting because of the universal DH.
Big Six, he
Yeah.
hit a home run finally, so.
That was awesome.
That was
years ago.
He had a home run.
2 years ago, right?
That's all that matters. No, longer than
That
that.
was a long
I
time
thought it
ago.
was 16.
Played for the
16,
Mets.
17, 18.
Whatever that was.
Remember his behind the back flip?
Would have been 16, 15, 16.
Anyway, so
you
thumbs up for
I think it's the best
extra innings or
player.
what?
I'm thumbs up for
One
both.
thumbs up.
Quinn doesn't care.
It's 2 thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Yippee!
Tristan says he's not sure if he wants to.
I think the
back
DH is
This should be-
honestly the better thing.
This should be an emoji.
The universal DH will, honestly, I think is the best thing that could happen.
Don't tell that to Ron.
I hate the DH.
I just think
Always
I think both leagues should have a DH.
What?
I don't think the pitcher should ever hit.
Why?
Just because the pitcher's already doing his job on the mound. He shouldn't have to worry about hitting.
First
I
baseman
disagree.
doing his
He's a-
job.
And most
baseball
pitcher,
player.
and if you're an AL team playing an NL team, your pitcher can't hit. So it's an automatic out, pretty much.
Some of those NL pitchers can't hit either.
Yeah.
Exactly. So there's an out. You
It's a
know.
guaranteed out.
Yeah, but
See, at least you have somebody up to the plate that has a chance. Like there are very
portion of the
few
game,
pitchers that could hit, like legitimately and consistently hit.
Then, oh well. Like I'm sorry, you're a
Yeah,
baseball
exactly.
player.
Exactly. So you get somebody in there that can hit.
Well, that's why you do a pinch hitter or.
Yeah, but then if it's the second inning, your pitcher's out of the game. You know?
strategy.
Yeah, it's all strategy.
Yeah, but one league should have it, then both leagues should.
Yeah, I agree. Both leagues
it
should
should
be
be
no
universal.
DH.
They should be a DH.
I think
either
no
way of the
team.
coin, it should be universal. I'm sick of the one
Yeah.
league does one way, the other league.
Well, I liked it because there was something interesting.
Yeah, that's
It was something interesting. You
Yeah,
go to their
mm.
ballpark, you get a DH. If you go to the other side, you have to hit your pitcher.
that puts some real importance on who got home field
You know how
advantage
many
in the World
players in the
Series.
league are just known for being a designated hitter?
Too many.
Exactly. If there's no DH, then there's.
Then they actually have to figure out how to field a ground ball.
Yeah, they get exposed.
Yeah, but I mean that's
Get rid of
the
your
beauty
older
of it.
players,
That's the
too.
beauty of being a DH. You just learn how to hit. You perfect hitting.
So let me ask
Don't
you
worry
that.
about anything
let
else.
Let me ask you this: is that baseball to you?
there's many facets of the game.
No.
A
Is that
pitcher.
baseball?
Thanks,
Listen,
Quinn.
does a pitcher have to learn how to field?
Yeah.
Yes.
Barely.
Every spring training.
Barely.
What do you mean, barely? They give a Golden
They
Glove.
do PFPs for like a minute.
They
Well, they
give
give a
Gold
Silver
Gloves.
Slugger to the DH.
Greg Maddux
so-
is one of the best.
Exactly.
Best
Silver
fielding
Slugger to
pitchers
the
of all
They
DH.
give a
time.
silver slugger to the DH too.
What?
They give a silver slugger to the DH, and I know that because I won it in my road to the show the other day.
Oh my God! Even
So
in
they give
video
a-
games, you're lazy.
It's not my fault I got put at
You're a
DH.
DH in freaking.
I couldn't
video games?
field. It's not my fault.
My God!
Hit the
You're
hell out
the
of the
only human I've ever seen play Wii in a chair.
Munson did it too.
I saw him standing up.
Did you watch him bowl? He cheated it and flipped the controller and flicked it, and it got a.
I just can't believe you're lazy even
can do
in the
that?
video game.
Yeah, apparently you can't. Ask Paul. He cheated it. It was impressive.
You have to do the motion, even if you're sitting down. You have to do the. You're not playing Wii.
Yeah, you gotta have a flick.
He's still swinging.
All right.
and stuff.
Whoa.
It's all flick of the wrist
Yeah.
when you're playing a Wii.
So if you're a DH,
Uh-huh.
you don't have to be good at fielding at all.
no,
Zero. You don't have to be good at throwing.
no,
You just have
you
to
just
be good at
hit.
hitting.
Yes, you hit.
How many DHs are first baseman?
Imagine if almost
Like,
a lot of them
so-
or outfielders.
So,
But let
yeah,
me
they
ask
know
you
how to
this.
field.
So let's
They don't
compare
really know anyway.
DH to every other thing in sports.
Okay.
So essentially, a DH in hockey would be you'd only have to set up in slap shot.
All right. Well, this is different.
In basketball,
All right, you can't compare other sports like that.
DH
The only
in
thing
hockey.
a goalie
Yeah.
has
in
to do
basketball.
is in hockey is stop the. I mean, the
only-
only,
the only ones.
False.
No,
His
no,
job.
no, no,
False.
no, no.
You don't know
No.
hockey if that's all
The
you
only
think
sport
goalie
that
is.
has something similar is football with the long snapper.
and the kickers.
If you think about it, you just
Yeah.
gotta
So
snap
should
it
the
to
kicker need to learn how to
Kickers-
tackle?
But
kickers do tackle.
they tackle
Barely.
But like the long snapper, that's the only thing you got to do.
Tell it to his face.
All right.
Oh, Pat McAfee.
Pat McAfee's a
Cursive.
different
Real
animal.
Outlier.
And then
He's an outlier.
And then
it's-
also,
it's got to be the long snapper. That's the only thing that's
Everything. 'Cause I don't
remotely
know.
kind
Let's
of
go back.
close.
Because I don't. Obviously, I'm not huge on hockey. So explain to me the intricacies of a goalie. Because
they're a point guard.
You
Essentially,
got to do everything.
they're a point guard in hockey because they're calling out the plays. They
Yeah.
get the
Directing
so
everything.
or you can compare them to a catcher. So they see
Okay.
everything right in front of them, right? So that's like you telling me
but
that
that's
the only
still all
thing
they have to
catchers
focus
do.
on is their job.
Yeah, that's the DH's
catchers
job.
do
That's
more
what I'm
than
getting
just
at.
catch a baseball.
All you have to
DH's
focus
job
on
is
is hitting the ball.
But that's a third of what it
your
is
job.
for everybody else. A catcher has more jobs than the average players do,
That's
and a goalie has more jobs than the average player does.
So what does that have to do with
Every ice.
You
every
get
player
paid
on
to
the
hit.
ice- Huh?
You get paid to hit if you're
So,
a DH.
right. So
yeah, but
so
if you're a goalie, you get paid to
You're on the ice
save
the
Yeah, but
entire
it's a different sport. It's based
But what
in.
I'm saying is,
Yeah.
would it be okay and accepted in any other sport to just be good at a third of the things and be able to be a professional? No.
Yeah. In
No.
baseball, it is.
Any other sport is what I said.
It doesn't matter. It's baseball. We're
So-
only talking about baseball. It doesn't matter. A baseball player can't play basketball.
But this is why I hate the DH, is because he's only good at a third of the body of work that everybody else has to
yeah, but
accomplish.
the pitchers are too because they can't hit.
That's not.
Are there-
Tell Madison Bumgarner.
All right, one guy in the whole MLB that can hit.
Kershaw hit home run. I mean, you see
It's
pitchers.
going to happen once in a while, but they cannot hit consistently.
More and more, they are hitting better because they know that in the NL, it's not just a given out anymore.
Well, that's the thing. It depends
Yeah,
on
but
what
in
league
the
you're in.
AL,
If you come
a
into the
lot
league
of
as a
second
pitcher and you're in the
basemen
NL, then
don't
you're going to
have
learn how to
good
hit better.
offensive.
If you're in the American
Yeah.
League, you're not going to worry about it.
There's pitchers that don't care. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to sit here and defend all pitchers.
But like if
there's
you're in
always someone on
separate
that's
league,
hitting 200, 190. So you're going to take them out and say they can't hit because, like, what's a position in the AL that's known for not being the strongest hitter? It's the second baseman.
It depends by
But,
team.
I mean, there are some good hitting second basemen, but if you took all the positions in the AL and said which fielding position is probably the one where you hide your hitters, hide your weaker hitters,
Middle infield.
middle infield.
Yeah.
So you're going to say
Not the
middle
shortstop.
infielders shouldn't hit because
Sometimes.
they're
Omar Vizquel
overall
was not a good hitter.
Good hitting.
he came close to 3,000, didn't he?
So I mean,
My thing is you should not be awarded for being good at one of the three things, and that's it. Like 2 of the 3, okay, fantastic. You can throw and you can field.
Yeah, but most of the DHs play first base.
is there a DH
Most of the
in minor
DHs
leagues?
don't play anything anymore in the AL.
Well, anymore they don't, but they used to
So
play
what's
first
the
base.
point of the
in the minor
Silver
leagues?
Slugger Award?
What?
What do you mean, what's the point of
Is there
the
What's the
DH
point of
in
having it
minors?
then if you're only good at one thing?
Not usually.
Just how many of them
So
win
they had to go
Silver Slugger
through
and
all
Gold
the
Glove
minor
at the same
leagues
time?
and be
so
good
they're
at something
already-
to get up to the majors, right?
I'm asking
Yeah,
purely
so
because
they're- they could
So
already
they've
field.
proven that
Well,
they
it's not just
can field, or
DHs.
else they wouldn't have gotten up
Hey,
to
let's
that.
get on the same topic here.
Sorry.
We're talking.
it's a talk show.
Quinn's question is, what's the goal of the Silver
Point of
Slugger?
the Silver Slugger. What's the point of it if you're going to win?
It's an
If you're
award.
not going to win,
It's
the Gold
not just
Glove
for
too,
DHs.
well, then you're just good at one thing.
No.
right?
Oh, so the Silver Slugger isn't given to just DHs. It's just
Right,
No,
yeah,
it's
it's given to
everybody.
every position. But if you win
Lindor
the
won
Silver
the
Slugger,
Silver Slugger twice.
at shortstop, yeah, shouldn't you win it? Shouldn't you be Gold Glove too, or are you just classified then as being only good at hitting?
No, that is you were the best hitter
Yeah.
at that particular year, in that particular scenario.
Yeah.
Gold Glove is the same way. Like you were
Platinum
the best
glove,
glove.
Platinum goes overall, right? Like you're the best overall.
Yeah.
Sure, I have no idea. That's why I asked.
There's so many different opinions. I mean,
Well, I
it's
mean,
just,
my
it's
thing
on a
is this,
personal basis.
I don't think that you should, and pitchers too. If pitchers only want to pitch, they shouldn't be making $1 bazillion a year.
Well, but they do.
That's what I'm saying.
What if you're the
But
best
they're
pitcher in the
like,
league?
if I'm looking at Clayton Kershaw and I'm saying, okay, well, you're only going to pitch. All right, let me get this straight. You're going to only pitch every 5 days. You're not guaranteeing.
Here's another reason why there should be a DH, and this is one of my arguments. Pitchers don't throw every day.
Correct.
Designated hitters hit every day.
But there's a different pitcher.
But you
every
only
day.
hit 4
You only hit 4 times, but you're still playing, right?
for a total of what, 5 minutes?
Doesn't matter. You're
In a
still
day?
playing. Pitchers don't play
Who's
every
the
day.
greatest designated hitter of all time?
Wow,
In your opinion?
I don't know. I mean,
Mine's David Ortiz.
David Ortiz,
all right,
Big
you,
Papi.
you could say that.
Edgar Martinez. I mean,
Yeah, I was
you
gonna
look
say
at
Edgar
you look at
Martinez.
the.
But it's funny, like in
I
my
knew
mind, the
Martinez.
best hitter that I've ever seen live and seen is Miguel Cabrera, and he's not a DH. He's
No,
a
he's first baseman.
But he could
He has
easily
too
be
much
a
He
DH.
could he could play a DH,
He's
which
gonna
he
have-
does
he's gonna
when
have
they
to.
do play
Right.
against an
He's
NL
getting
team. He
too fat
DHs.
and slow. He's gonna have to be a
Maybe
DH
he's
pretty
starting to
soon.
get old and fat.
What do you mean when he plays against an NL team?
When the Tigers play an NL team, he'll be the DH.
But they won't be in. Why?
But why?
I don't understand what you're saying.
I mean, not what the hell was I talking? I think I got confused.
Richie just got woke. I don't.
What was I saying? What was I going to say?
Something about Miggy.
No. The third game of the series, he'll be the DH when they play an American team.
Well, you get a day off.
Yeah.
You get a day.
It's a day
I
off.
can get
You
behind
need
that.
a day
Yeah.
off and you're the best hitter on
So
the
if
team.
we're talking about you have to change a DH every day. You can never be the same DH 2 days in a row. I
Yeah.
can get behind that.
That's what I was saying. That's what I was trying to say, but I kind of
if
screwed
it's-
that up.
If it's you're a DH, like that's your job.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
No.
Here's something else. If you're a pitcher and you hit somebody and you don't have to bat, then you don't have to go and kind of you don't have to face the music.
I will say
You know what I'm
this.
saying?
I will say
Like-
this. And this is a completely different thing. As a softball pitcher, slow pitch softball pitcher, I have to bat, number one.
You've been teed off a couple
But also,
he's pissed at the DH.
if someone else hits the pitcher and goes middle, the dude that's in the bathroom right now, if they go
Yeah, I
middles,
like how he hides in the bathroom.
if they go middles open, I know if they hit them, that I'm getting it too. Like I'm getting hit. So naturally, when you talk about guys that get hit, it's tough. Let's go to the YSN hotline real quick. You're on the YSN hotline. What's up?
Hey, I wanted to chime in on some DH activity here.
All right, let's hear it. This is Bill McCartney, the owner of Max Baseball Academy and also the pitching coach for the Ursuline Irish and the 18U Astro Falcons. Go ahead, Billy. What's your thoughts?
I love the DH universal rule a lot. I'll explain why. 2 reasons why.
Okay.
So it keeps older players in the game because we don't have stars in baseball, not like the other sports, right? So you get to keep a Miguel Cabrera and other players like that, longevity, a chance to chase some records, which is always exciting. I mean, you remember the Bonds, the McGuire, and the Sosa era. That's fun to watch.
Time out.
Also,
Before you go on to point number 2, you just named about 7 stars in a sport that doesn't have as many stars.
it doesn't, though, not compared to like NBA or the NFL.
See, I disagree.
You could nationally, it's not. There's still people out in the country who don't know who Mike Trout is, but they know who LeBron, they know who Chris Paul is,
Well, that's a little bit different.
they know who Carmelo Anthony is, and he's not considered a superstar anymore.
Say what now?
It's better marketing.
Better. Well, it is better marketing, and they're out there.
You could say it's you can argue it's a marketing issue. The MLB does a terrible job doing that. You could absolutely say that, but you can also say it's a regional-driven sport compared to other ones, where the NFL and the NBA are nationally driven.
I think that, I mean, this is a completely different topic. I think that the baseball has a better opportunity, given the minor leagues, to be a national sport because these guys are coming up through the ranks a lot of times. So you can't blame it on baseball all the time. And I think that it's just, I'll be quite honest with you, 162 games is a lot. And people just don't, have the pride in 162 games the way, and it's not exciting as 80 games even. It's definitely not as exciting as 16.
That's true, too. We can get into that conversation another time, how to make baseball better. We could do that.
All right, DH guy, go ahead.
All right, so my other thing is bringing up minor leaguers to be a DH, an introduction to the league, an opportunity, if you will, for these young players to come up. There's players, I forget who it is, I think it's in the Dodgers organization, where they have a guy who is the minor league home run record who's going to play this year because they have the DH rule. So that's pretty cool to me, that you're going to bring up somebody that's a minor league life longer who's going to get an opportunity to play in the big league just because the National League has the DH rule.
Well, then the idea of not being a DH for 2 days in a row would be perfect because you can bring up a different guy every day.
I mean, that's cool too. I don't mind that. I'm okay with that. I'm just talking about the universal DH rule. I kind of caught you halfway in between there. I was doing some stuff around the house here, but yeah, I'm cool with that. I have no problem with that.
I mean, it's interesting that let me ask you this: if pitchers aren't hitting, are they considered athletes then?
I mean, is NASCAR, are they considered athletes? It's in the car.
Whoa, low blow there.
No answer?
Yes, yeah, because, unless you've done it, and I haven't, but unless you've done it, it's still an athletic event. Being able to, first off, I put my helmet on because we're going to sponsor I forget what they called it, a midget car or whatever it's called. I put the helmet on, and he locked me in. Like, dude, you can't see anything, right? And all you've got to go by is your peripheral vision, and you're locked in and you're going. These guys they're getting out of their racing gear dripping in sweat. It's not like they got cruise control and AC in these cars that they have.
Right.
So my question for you is, they're athletes.
It's just if you're gonna say a pitcher's not an athlete, I would argue then NASCAR's not an athlete.
Well, I would say a pitcher's an athlete within reason, but if they're not hitting, if they're not playing all three phases of the game, then to me the DH is a bad situation too.
The David Wells pitchers don't really exist that much anymore. I mean, there's a few and far between out there. They're more athletic than they've ever been.
And when you're saying David Wells, you're saying overweight pitchers.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just making sure we're on the same page. That there's somebody out there that didn't know who David Wells was.
Oh, that's fair. Right. Yes. Like the CC Sabathias of the world. They probably know who CC is. Everybody was, Cleveland
Well, CC lost a lot of weight towards the end of his career.
Well, he had to because his knees were bad because he was overweight his whole career.
Very interesting. Yeah, you're right. There's not a whole lot of overweight pitchers out there anymore. And Bartolo Colon, who was brought up earlier, is one of the only ones that I can think of. But, usually these guys are well put together. I mean, it doesn't hurt that they have to run polls, 38 times a week.
Right. Right. So, I mean, the game has definitely changed the way there's more athletes out there, physical athletes.
I agree. I mean, baseball was always, you looked at Tony Gwynn, you looked at these other, and you go, okay, those are baseball players just because they're overweight. It's different now. You don't see many of those guys around baseball at all. You see the few, and a lot of times they're DHs. They got a little bit of chub over their buckle, and then they're guys that only hit because they don't have to run the bases necessarily anymore. They're focused on, usually you don't put a DH in the 8 slot, right? Usually he's between 3 and 5.
I tend to think of like the traditional DH. It was like in that mid to late 90s to like early to middle 2000s.
Edgar Martinez.
Edgar Martinez was like, he was like that. I'm a DH. I don't play a position no more. And think about how many years Bonds could have played if they didn't run him out of baseball or they had the DH rule in the National League. how many more home runs could he have hit?
Yeah, I'm with you.
And play in general,
I'm a big Bonds guy.
Even some of these older guys too. Even going back in the 80s and 70s too.
Yeah, I'm with you,
same
brother.
deal.
Hey, if somebody wants to get a hold of you for some pitching lessons, not some DH lessons, where do they go?
Get a hold of me on Instagram or Facebook. It's probably the easiest way to do that. Max Baseball Academy.
Billy, make sure you call in on Thursday. We'll talk some hardball with you, okay?
Sounds good.
That's Billy McCartney of Max Baseball Academy, the proud owner and the pitching coach for the 18U Astro Falcons. Guys, we're looking to wrap it up with our G. Burby Farms What's Your Beef? Quinn, since you never have anything, let's just start there and see what you got and see how this is going to go.
It's the Michael debate. I'm tired of it. It's stupid. I'm tired of it. It's exhausting. It's 1 and 2 forever.
That's probably the only thing you'll do all day, so that's probably why it's exhausting. Except when you go out and play Wii from a chair. So we're really excited for you.
Coming from the guy that can't beat me in certain things on the Wii.
Beat you in baseball, and I beat you in bowling.
Knocked you out in boxing.
We already established boxing's
Don't matter.
BS.
Still won. That's okay.
You won the decathlon in tennis.
I did.
So
that I did.
Congratulations.
And I smacked you in golf and made you quit.
Yep,
So.
you did. You did. So I'm really happy for you.
Thank you. I'm proud of that.
Yeah, your check's in the mail.
Okay.
Anthony, what do you got?
For me, it's it's the Wii's umpire strike zone because there were a couple of pitches that were
That was a strike.
way outside that were called strikes on me, and I mean, it was on. It's in
I
the
threw
other
it
batter's
in the
box.
other batter's box and it was a strike.
All right, the Wii strike zone. Richie, what do you got?
I don't know. I mean, it might be your opinion on the DH role there.
I like that.
being
Like
ganged up on.
all the power hours I've been to lately, it ends up that one of us ends up being everyone else.
I think this is the first time that you've been on a show
Right?
where it
I'm
hasn't
not
been
the
you.
beef. I'm not the beef.
Anthony just tagged in and never tagged back out.
No.
Like Tristan's
Tristan's
over there,
been
like
sitting over there
He's
like-
cool. He's like the guy in wrestling. He's like, tag me. Anthony's like, nope, I'm taking this. I'm the new face.
Here, come over here and give some beef.
Yeah, Tristan, it's time for your beef. Give it up.
Here, switch me. I'll tap out.
Quinn tags out
I'll go get some practice
in the last 30 seconds.
Absolutely.
Warm my pitcher up, all right? Get him loose.
I don't know.
No DH.
You go first. I gotta think.
My beef is it's not really a beef. It's just kind of a jest. The person that had the prank phone calls today, that was pretty awesome. I don't really have beef with that. I'm thankful and grateful that they didn't have the pornography one call in because that would have been pretty awkward. We would have had to dump that one. But we appreciate, the support of everybody, and it seems like it's taken off. And I am a little bummed that it's not 3 hours anymore. I'm not going to lie to you, but that was an executive decision that had to be made. And I think people are going to be excited to get us for an hour a day, a little bit of a shot in the arm for their work day. So 3 to 4 starting on Monday, you'll be able to watch the Power Hour each and every day, Monday through Friday. Holidays off, maybe. We'll talk about it. But that's my beef is we got to give up the 3 hours. T?
Mine's not really beef. It could be, but okay, yeah, it is. I want to find a manager that gets these contracts for these dudes to get paid, and they're not doing anything. Like G. Will, today is his last day. He was getting $15,000 per day from the Nets, and today was his last one. But he hasn't played for the Nets in 4 years.
Yep.
That's my beef.
It's like a Bobby Bonilla type.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a shirt out there that I think I'm going to get. It's how Bobby Bonilla gets paid such and such every June something, June 30th or whatever that is, June 1st. So, where do we find these agents that get those things?
Find Chase Daniels.
I do have some more beef.
All right.
It's anyone who will take Francisco Lindor over Omar Vizquel. That's my beef.
And over to you. There was a lot of people that did that.
I know.
There was a lot of people that did that.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
His glove's 10 times better.
Who, Omar's?
Yeah. Than Francisco.
I don't know, man. Lindor's already got the platinum, golds.
It's better.
It's better. It's not 10 times.
He doesn't.
It's better.
He doesn't make as much noise at the plate, but
maybe
that's
like
fine.
3 or
Maybe that's why he's not in the Hall of Fame right now. But
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
But
I don't know, man.
You just kicked Richie right in the balls.
I don't know, man. Lindor's got it,
You
man.
just came over and just go.
I think there's a
What's the
reason.
capital of Thailand? Bang!
I think there's a reason that everybody's been talking about if Lindor's coming back or not, because he's the heart and soul of our team.
He's not.
He is
I'm
the
not
heart
saying
and soul
he's
of this
not. I'm just saying
organization.
I would take Omar any day of
mean,
All
if you can listen, if you can get Omar at shortstop and acquire a bigger bat somewhere else, I think you got a better team. I'll back you on that.
I don't know though, because
When you put all your money
Lindor's
in-
the package.
Listen, I'm telling you, when you put
All right.
all your money in one basket, it never ends up well.
Okay, I agree with you if they're paying money, but I'm saying right now with
Well,
his
they're not going to pay him in
contract.
Snickers bars, Richie.
Well, I hope not, because then he wouldn't be able to play the game. So
He could be a DH.
yeah, he'll be our DH.
Winner!
All right, yeah, whatever.
That's going to do it for the YSN Power Hour. We appreciate you guys, Richie Giuliano, as well as Anthony Hartwig and Tristan Reynolds. Quinn's over getting warmed up for the YSN Baseball League. We'll catch you on Thursday from 12 to 3 right here on ysnlive.com. Thanks.
Hey, my Ohio friends, it's Mike Ditka, and I know great talent and heart when I see it. I can tell you from firsthand experience, there are average real estate agents, then there are true champions. Kelly Warren is one of those champions, and you have her right there in your own backyard. Kelly outmarkets and outsells every agent in the Mahoning Valley. If Kelly can't sell your home at a price and deadline you agree to, Kelly will buy it. Get your home sold. Call Kelly Warren today at 717-2689 or go online to kellysoda.com and start packing.
You can feel it. Baird Brothers' traditional craftsmanship. You can see it. Baird Brothers' timeless style. And you can afford it. And find everything at BairdBrothers.com. Baird Brothers Fine Hardwoods is real hardwood, yet beautifully affordable. Floors, moldings, interior doors, bar rails, and stair parts. All within your means and without a care. Start at BairdBrothers.com. You have made it. Your home.
Teams work hard and give it all they've got. Well, so does ours, because 21 Sports and YSN give you extra effort when covering local sports. 21 Sports and YSN, winning coverage of our Valley's teams.